Welcome back, Dungeoneers. It's Sunday afternoon, and, well, that can only mean one thing. It's time to play Dungeons & Dragons.
You owe me $5.
You're watching Dice and Dungeons, and I'm here at the table with...
I'm David Wong. My player character follows Surya Ansul, changeling druid.
I'm Nicole Bates. My player character comes after Nines to Baxi Barn.
I'm Greg. My player character is Ulseth Ralph, the Furbog fighter, who comes last. And if we complete the circle, it would be just before Zoria Ansul, the changeling druid.
Yeah.
And
But if it was a circle, you'd actually be before Nines.
I would be before Nines.
If it was a circle.
Yep.
But we're not a circle.
No.
We're more of a line.
Yeah.
We're in a line.
We're all like a line segment.
We're
We do
at
stuff.
best two-dimensional.
Boy, if this is anyone's first episode they've listened to, they're going to be confused as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Why?
how I do things.
David Wong is playing Nines. Nicole is playing Soria. And Greg is playing Ulseth.
Our ear watchers can't see you pointing.
I know, but that's why I said the names, too.
Oh, okay.
And
So
like me pointing is not going to give them a point of reference on what we look like anyway.
Well, I have a red beard, so that might be helpful information later on.
I'm the girl player who's not the DM.
Olsef wears a vest.
Done. Intro done.
We're
Who
done.
are our sponsors today?
What?
Pull it together. Who are our sponsors?
Yeah, we're professionals
Yeah,
over
this is
here.
a professional
really.
podcast with professional players.
clearly, I'm Alexis Bates. I think I'm still the DM for the sessions. After that, I'm not entirely certain. We do have a couple of announcements to bring you all. The first one is from Nicole.
Hey, everyone. Do you like our show?
Hell yeah.
More than anything.
I hope you do. If you want to support our show, we now have a Patreon. You can check us out on patreon.com/dice and dungeons. We have a variety of tiers, a variety of rewards. Any person who signs up gets access to our Discord server, and we run polls in Patreon for things for like the painting show, and maybe in the future some things about video game streaming. Maybe we'll do a variety of games, and you can help us choose what we're going to play. Things like that at, I think it's the $10 tier, which is called the Dole Dungeoneer. You can submit situations for Dole to be in when I call him randomly in the middle of the show. And your suggestion might appear here in the show.
It happens a lot, so we're going to go through a lot of
I
suggestions.
call him about once a session on average, sometimes a couple times in a session, sometimes
do.
every other session. So I think it's pretty fun and cool. And we appreciate any support that you can provide. And we'll be rolling out more features as we continue to develop it.
I thought you were going to say rolling out more futures. And I'm like,
You went through that chamber, and now you know all of them.
yeah, none of them good. Except the ones where you give us money on Patreon. That's a great future.
I saw those futures too when I went
Nice
down into the pit
segue.
of futures.
Yeah.
That's another future, by the way. Just you want to say
Speaking
same
of-
thing, just you have a segue in the future.
Speaking of supporters of the show,
We have our other announcement, which is for our ongoing sponsor, Geekified. Geekified is a tabletop gaming store in Vinton, Iowa that takes online and in-store orders for all of your tabletop role-playing game needs. So if you are hoping to pick up the new Rules expansion gift set, which includes 3 books, and perfect for building on your is the beginners or entrance, the 3-book set that they sell.
the starter set.
Is the starter set. That's what I couldn't think of starter. So if you have a starter set, the Rules expansion gift set is a wonderful way to build on the basic gameplay of Dungeons & Dragons. It includes Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, perhaps the most transformative book within 5e. It includes Xanathar's Guide to Everything, which has just boatloads of magic items, other monsters, and all sorts of... I think they have different subclasses in there for almost every single class in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. And lastly, the book that's, at time of recording, only sold within the gift set is Mordenkainen's Multiverse of Monsters.
Mordenkainen
Presents the Multiverse of Monsters, thank you. And that book, I just got my copy of it, so I'm going to be diving into it and taking a look, but this should open up all sorts of really cool options for different playable monster races, as well as brand new monsters that we haven't seen before for combat scenarios. So if you're thinking about picking up a copy of that, I know they have them over at Geekified, because that's where I got mine. So head over to geekifiediowa.com and pick up your copy today. Thank you, Geekified, for all of your continuing support. We really appreciate everything that you do for us. And thanks to everyone who shops at Geekified's website or in-store. And, I mean, it's wonderful. You're supporting your local game store. And that keeps games like this going, ultimately. So, thank you to everyone. And I think that concludes the announcements.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, Dungeoneers, let's roll.
Boy, are we in trouble.
Welcome back, Dungeon.
We were rolling dice.
Last
Yeah.
week on Dice and Dungeons, our heroes ventured deeper into the city ruins, discovering what appeared to be the city's long-abandoned government building, where a large council seemed to gather and convene with all of the people of the city. As they explored further into this structure, they discovered a room that had the ability to communicate with people all throughout the world, using crystals to connect this room with recipients. This included a lost changeling village that Soria had not known about,
They weren't that lost. They seemed to know where they were.
as well as several other interesting moments that Nines and Ulseth had engaged in.
I saw an ocean. At best, it could have just been like a pond somewhere.
Could have been.
Just the bottom of someone's glass.
Still in this communication room, that is where we rejoin our party.
How many more of those crystals are there?
Oh, there was like thousands? About 1,000?
Well, I grabbed the shiniest one, and I'm gonna try that
Let's
one.
each do one to
Okay.
start us off.
Is there a aquamarine colored one?
I want to do more than one.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take turns.
I want one interesting one.
All right. Well, you can go first.
I go first. Roll a 2. That
Okay.
could be interesting.
That could
Would
be
be really
really
interesting.
It's also it's like a dragon, like, I found you and I'm gonna kill you now.
Okay. As you place the crystal, I'm gonna pull up a bit of information here so that I tell you the right thing.
It is interesting.
Uh-oh.
That's metagaming.
I turn into the captain so they don't see my face.
I stand
I
back.
also turn into the captain.
I stand back at a respectful
Like-
distance.
Really?
Only our Patreons are going to get that one. Subscribe now.
Very good plug.
I'm great at
very good idea.
segueing.
You're gonna be the ad reader from now on.
No, I'm the salt to your ad read,
You're
but
my-
you know, in a good way.
You're my ad blocker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm your ad fronter.
So yeah, we find out what happened to you.
At first, this image is slightly hazy, which you haven't seen before. But it starts to come into focus. All the other images had been pretty clear almost right from the beginning. This one, for about 10 seconds or so, it lingers in this... it's almost like this... Like when you kind of make milky water. You know, if you get a little milk into water, it looks like that. It's cloudy.
Are there dials that I can play with?
No, but it does start to focus after about 10, 15 seconds.
I'm glad these crystals have autofocus.
And
Does the vertical hold?
really? As the as the scene comes into focus, you are in a very elegant chamber. You're kind of high up. Based on like what you think is going on in this room and the relative height, I mean, you're seeing a projection. You're surrounded by it. So it's a little hard to gauge for sure, but it looks like maybe you're about 6.5 feet off the ground. So, you know, on the taller side of things.
I'm like an Olsef high right now.
You're...
How tall are you?
The image
anyway?
isn't moving at all.
8'5", I think.
It's stock still. And it seems to be just ever... Like, the gaze on this seems to be ever so slightly angled up. Maybe about 10 degrees up. To your left and right, you're getting this little bit of a fisheye lens effect here. You see that there's, like, maybe curtains? Or banners? There's something, some cloth on both your left and right. Within just a foot or two of wherever you're viewing from.
Are they monogrammed?
No, but they do have embroidered patterns in them. This room, the longer it takes to sort of come into focus, getting some more details, it's dark red. Most of the things that surround you are very dark colored. There's kind of a red carpet you can see. The sort of drapes on your left and right are done in this very deep violet. The table, which has now come into view, that sits, I think, maybe 5 feet away, maybe 10. It's hard to gauge. It's long, very long. There's a couple dozen people seated at it. You can see most of them, but about half of them have their backs turned, and it becomes clear that you're propped up against a wall. You're somehow leaning against a wall.
Maybe you're like in a statue or something.
And it's muffled. But you can hear voices. It's a little bit of the Charlie Brown teacher effect. You know, that kind of thing.
If I really concentrate, can I roll a perception to see if I can make out some words?
Sure. Yeah.
Guidance.
Are you copying down this fancy embroidering?
Can we see what's happening here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. These projections are viewable for everyone. And if you get close, you can hear what's going on. Most of the audio is sort of contained and tight.
Can I try and listen in too then?
Sure.
Can't do it with guidance, though.
No.
Well, I got 15.
Okay.
Just a 12.
Okay. You make out a few words. Words that don't really mean all that much to you.
So most words.
Any words other than nines is the best.
And anything mentioning food. They didn't say anything about having a pretzel day, have they?
No.
Oh.
You hear the words more. And you can tell it's not the word more, but it's like the beginning of a word. It trails off. You hear them talking about cities that sound like they are Costerian. You think you hear the city name Flindiran, which you actually know this city quite well. Your hometown sits across the Bay of Peace from it.
Lot of war in the Bay of Peace.
It's like Greenland.
Yep.
I mean,
a lot of
they're-
war at Greenland too.
There was actually the Bay of Peace was named because a battle so destructive it wiped out the navies of 3 nations, and it forced
All of them
peace.
Greenland.
So
So there.
it became known as the Bay of Peace. Your hometown of Blotovgrad sits on the Bay of Peace, and Flindiran is to the north on the Costerian coastline.
So you were nice. What is this Flindiran thing?
This fancy city across from us. Well, I'm not sure what they're talking about.
And the narrative.
Hey, what are you talking about? I'm trying to listen in on your conversation.
No one seems to respond. You don't see any movement from anyone, but you can still hear them chattering on, and the noise is becoming louder. You can see that people are becoming agitated. There's shouting, yelling. It becomes harder to make out any words. You see a few people as they sort of stand up. They become a little bit easier to focus on. And they seem to be wearing Costerian diplomatic robes. You're familiar with these. You've seen them in the past. You aren't sure where you are. You know that Costeria has some official capacity here. You also notice that there are some dwarves and humans. There's one halfling that you can see. And the room is slowly descending into just chaotic shouting.
See, sorry, I told you, this happens even when I'm not around.
Huh. But you are here.
Yeah, but they can't hear me. Except maybe that guy. That guy!
No response?
I cast Vicious Mockery at that guy.
Is there a range?
It says 60 feet.
But it
But
depends
it
on how
also
this thing
sounds-
is working.
I'm gonna say that the psychic damage components of that don't really transfer through
Via
this
magic crystal.
Well, I
magic
still
communication
try.
crystal, but you can definitely still insult someone. I just don't know if the magical damage and effects are
What
gonna
does this
fall
guy look like?
The nearest guy to you seems to be kind of a bodyguard. He's been standing the whole time and blocking your view of quite a bit of things. He's a big, super strong, burly dude, wearing a very well-fitted suit, slicked back hair. You think he might be an orc? Okay, he's got kind of longer, pointy ears. And you think you might see a little bit of a tusk coming up from here. So maybe an orc, but you can't tell from behind for sure.
So this
Hey,
is all-
Orc! Orc! The 90s called! They want your rich bad guy persona back!
You You know what?
I did 1 damage.
Make a performance roll.
To project your voice.
Well, that's still a 10, but
Nines' heart wasn't really in it, apparently. You get no reaction from...
now unless you want me to use my inspiration that I've had for 40 sessions.
Why not? Then you
This
can
is
get
as
a
good
new
a
one.
time as any.
Did you roll
11.
one more?
So I still wasn't very inspired.
Solid
Good thing
use
you
of
used all
that.
those,
You do know those degrade over time, right?
apparently.
That inspiration.
I gave you that DM inspiration.
Back in like Nordfeld.
How many ages ago? Like,
It's been a while.
And you used it on a projection of a place where we don't know what it is or why.
to
Yeah.
insult someone, and he still failed. I love nines. Nines is the best.
Well, it's like you've been saying that for a long time.
So, you who are 9s,
Yes.
why do not you project your face into the projection that you are seeing? That worked so well for me.
Okay, I just shoved my face into... Wait, is that what you did?
Yeah, I said, hello, you who are
Hello!
face floating in the wind.
That is the group's greeting. Is just Dromar saying hello. Do you actually try to like push further and
Yeah, I just shoved my face into it. Just...
okay? You
Try dimension dooring soon.
I go 500 feet.
And crashed into a wall.
Please tell me this is 300 yards away.
it's actually just like the next building over. They've been setting up there for a while. It's really active. It's a hot spot. It's a nightclub on the top floor.
It's a nightclub with a bowling alley above it and a bowling alley below it.
What you call a bowling alley sandwich.
No one calls it
No,
that.
Does he burn his face off in the magic?
He doesn't burn his face off in the magic,
So I can't use
But-
the face-off machine then.
but
And face swap with Ulsef.
someone finally pays attention to this as there's this rather distorted looking cat. I want you to picture, if you can for me, ear watchers and eye listeners, if you haven't seen what I'm about to reference, please go watch it so that you do understand. It's not worth it, but
Are we about to go down?
this is going to be a total waste of your time, so definitely.
If you want to get
Exactly.
this joke, it's not worth it.
you should.
do
I
it
want
anyway
you to picture
because
the
that's what
Robin
you do.
Hood animated movie
Ooh.
when Prince John is like looking in the crystal ball, and they animate it so because it's crystal ball. He's all distorted and has this like massive nose and snout and like tiny little like forehead and eyes. That is what you look like.
All right, so to get this reference, bust out your VCR, hook up to your CRD TV,
Stop by Blockbuster.
stop by Blockbuster, pause it at this part so you can see all the scan lines.
Exactly.
9s. That is a very nice likeness of you.
It is me!
You guys can't see it, but that is what they see on the other side.
Can't wait until we find the wanted posters.
That's the image, and someone finally takes notice, and the whole room is now focused on looking at this point where Nines is.
Tell them you're a spy
And-
for the eye.
And
9s, you have
they,
the audience in the palm of your hand.
the
This is the
graph-
time for the performance of your life.
I'm
They
having
start-
a conversation, thank
They
you
start
very much.
pointing at it, and they're shouting and becoming incredibly angry.
Tell them you're a
Well, no, this
Republic.
does happen every time I meet new people.
Tell them you're a Republic spy.
Excuse me, what are you talking about?
Why don't you make a performance? No,
Guidance.
no. That's not how this one is. Roll a percentile die,
Oh.
and we'll see.
And add guidance.
Escapee.
We will see what happens.
37. Because I can't roll over 50 on these things.
Okay, what was it that you were trying to say to them?
Excuse me.
Oh, excuse me, what are you talking about?
Straight to the point. Very nice.
That was very well put.
No one seems to really respond to your question directly, but it does elicit like an absolute explosion from all of the gathered people. They have lost their minds at this point.
Okay, I just point at some random person.
See,
You tell me what's going on! I really hope that I'm intimidating at this, because I can't see what I'm doing.
They don't-
Every time he meets
They don't
new
seem to
people.
react to this.
Trying to see if there's any other tricks I can do.
You could try walking upstairs.
No, it's something I can do.
Oh,
Yeah, we know that he can't do that.
Also, if you're intimidating, go intimidate them.
I am not the one with the crystal.
Oh my god. I pull out my club. Tell me what I want to know!
Can I take a shot?
Okay.
They're ignoring me. This is the only... Intimidation checks are the only good thing I have outside of performance.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, that is the best number.
No. No advantage.
But my
They can't.
magic thing...
They can't see the club.
Well, that's
The
17.
the club gives you advantage, and you have disadvantage because you're like a floating, distorted head.
How is that not intimidating? If we were having a conversation right now and a distorted head popped up right there, I'd be scared of shit.
I mean, this is a world that literally has ghosts and magic, so it's not as intimidating as it would be in our world where that stuff doesn't exist.
Well, since she's watching, do I still get my guidance?
Yes. Yes, you can still have guidance.
Hey, that's good. Grand total of 21.
Okay. Shockingly intimidating for a distorted
Kitty
floating head.
With my giant eyes.
Yeah, you look
Tiny
I
mouth.
mean, the disadvantage that you suffer here is that you look more adorable than anything else.
Aw.
At least as they are not hearing you.
So
Describe it that way.
a few people seem to react a little bit to this, but no one's directly responding to you. They keep just turning on themselves. There's a whole bunch of infighting, shouting, literal finger pointing.
Can I stick a face in there?
Go nuts!
I turn into Brukelian and shove my face in there.
Okay.
Just so they get a good look at Brukelian's face.
All right.
Don't forget to talk about all the crimes you're doing.
Percentile die.
So is that how this works? There's just like this shimmering thing, and any of us can enter it, even if we don't have the jewel?
Pretty much, yeah. It's not activating like
80.
the person as so much as it's activating this space.
Okay.
I got an 80.
An 80. Okay. You show your face, and there's a little bit of murmuring, and some people are like, kind of, you can see the faces, and they're like, is that, what's, I think that is kind of like the effect that you're getting. That's sort of, you know that moment where you're watching a movie with someone and they're like, oh, I think I know them from something. You see people kind of making that face.
Well, this looks like great fun. I'm going to jump into.
Oh boy. All right. What are you trying to do?
I'm
Rolling dice.
You're just rolling dice so you can stick your head in
I'm
there.
sticking my head in like the
Okay.
Three Stooges.
Are we going to tell everyone
All right,
that we're
so
the
what was
three
the
wise
result?
men?
72.
There's
Yes, we could be this.
a
we could
bunch
be
of
anything.
confused.
We could be
like,
three wise men. We
so
could be the Three Stooges.
There is now
We
an
could be-
equal amount of anger, frustration, shouting, and confusion. Just general questioning what's going on. The mood has shifted one from basically pure anger and distrust to one of, wait, what the fuck is going on?
I think we've done enough.
You think
Oh,
that
no
would
one
have
has
done
told me what's happening. I keep pointing at that guy and he doesn't respond.
You who are that guy?
You see someone draw a crossbow, a small one, and shoot one of the other people at the table. And then the whole scene turns into a violent brawl, and whatever was supporting this crystal gets knocked over.
Heinz, you were
And-
supposed to do this non-lethally.
And the image goes dark.
Well, we seem to have interrupted a party.
That was probably negotiations for reopening the borders between Glendring and the Republic.
Yes, and they turned into aggressive negotiations. Anyway, Olsef, it's your turn.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
yes, okay. I'll put in my crystal, my aquamarine colored crystal.
Okay.
That would be a 58.
Okay. The image that comes into focus much more quickly than the crystal that Nines brought. You see like little twigs, branches, and things. Like perhaps you're in a bush. There's a mountain in the distance. And then the image jostles a little bit. And what?
I was just thinking it might be in a crow's nest.
I'm in a shaky bush.
And
a
then
nest.
the image gets plucked up and
Oh,
dropped
good,
back down, and you're looking at the visage of a crow right now.
Yes.
I was afraid I was going to get the other end of the crow.
Does that mean you can turn into a crow now?
And
I think so.
Yeah, you've just seen a crow,
I've seen a crow now, right?
but it's flying.
I've
Yeah.
probably seen a crow before.
you've seen a crow before. It's barely
But I can
common.
turn into this crow now. Which might come in handy.
Does that
later.
crow have like a cool scar?
Yeah. Like maybe like some sort of like sash that says like Viscount on it.
Maybe like a metal
sure.
wing?
It's got like a scar.
Oh, down over the eye.
Wow, it's
Yeah,
mysterious.
one of those.
One of those.
Yeah, it's like-
one of the video game make yourself look cool scars. That's
yeah.
what it is there.
So is this like a regular sized crow, or is this maybe a big giant?
Well, it looks really big to us.
Yeah, it does look big to you,
Uh-huh.
but you're guessing it's probably just a normal crow. It picks this up, drops it, cocks its head a couple times, pecks at it.
I can't speak with animal.
Okay.
Excuse me, crow! What's up?
What?
Where are you?
Uh,
Pull out the map and point to where you are.
I'm in my home. I'm in my home.
Where's your home?
In a tree.
There's
It's in a
lots of
tree.
trees. Which tree?
My tree.
How many trees do you have?
One. I
Well,
have
which one
tree.
is it?
This one.
Which one is this one?
It's the one I'm in. What do you mean?
Okay, listen, if you don't give me a good answer, we're gonna find you. It's not gonna be pretty.
Tell him it won't be something you would want to crow about.
I don't get it.
No, you aren't pretty. You are right.
Ouch, I take 2 psychic damage from that.
Rejected by a random crow.
I hope you don't find me.
Well, why not? We have
How'd
cool
you get
things.
in my nest?
Well, we're just randomly calling people.
You were shiny. Now
Thank you.
Now you have face.
Thank you.
Is not good face.
No, thank you.
Has no beak.
Sorry, can you fashion me a beak?
I'll turn into a kenku and just move my mouth, and you can do the talking.
Well, I told him this is just disguise. Let me get real self out. I walk out of frame.
I turn into what was the kenku that we met? Tamaru or something like that. I turn into that kenku and I just go move my beak up open and close and let you yell.
Hello, this is real form. I have fantastic beak and I look beautiful.
Okay. Magnificent.
Yes, you just need to tell me where you are and we can go on dates.
I'm not Cyranoing for you on this, by the way.
Have we gained any more information yet?
No.
You like my shiny nest?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's full of shiny things that shine in the sunlight and moonlight. Well, but your wingspan is kind of small, isn't it?
I am smaller, yes. You look large.
Yes, I am very large and in charge.
Then
If you tell me where you are, I can come visit.
Then I take you to special place. Picks up the stone and flies out of the nest.
This is getting weird.
Good use of
This is a good use of a spell slot.
And the image continues to go for 30, 40 minutes. And
So do we get a short rest?
sure, yeah, you can have a short rest. And then the bird sets it down in this little pile. There's, when you are set down, you can see yourself approaching this steep cliffside on a mountain. There's a little hole, and then there's a bunch of shiny things. And you get placed right in the center of all the shiny things.
What kind of shiny things?
Bits of gold, jewelry, maybe some silver or platinum pieces. It's nice stuff. There's also a couple rocks that are just very nice looking rocks.
It could be magic rocks.
Yeah.
And
your spells right
the
now.
bird,
Yeah, my spell ran out.
the bird sets this down and goes,
Also, if I'm not using a spell slot, take over for me.
Yes. You who are the crow, thank you
I'm just moving the beak.
very much for taking us here. This is a lovely spot, and we will love it. We will love being here forever.
All right, we're hanging up now.
there you go.
That was great.
Do we have any idea where the bird went?
On a cliff.
Did I notice any
With some-
landmarks?
Some mountains, some cows. That's about it.
Okay. My turn.
Well, let's take the crystal with us. Maybe there's something that shows where the other half goes.
Oh, I can take the crystal. I'll take the. It's a very.
I want to go reach over the stones and see if there's anyone that calls to me in my changelingness.
Roll some percentile die.
85.
You're getting a real good feeling about this pale pink one.
Oh, I'll take the pale pink one.
Okay.
Stick it in.
Okay. An image appears, comes into focus quickly. It's low to the ground this time. Maybe a foot off the ground at most. It's looking not quite straight across the horizon. You can see grass and trees, sky above. It's a cloudy day. Very little is moving, but you can see the breeze just rustling the grass in front of you a bit.
I'm like a foot off the ground.
Yeah, about that.
Can I see anything else? What I'm attached to?
You see some stones on either side of you, like a little pile.
Hello?
See a squirrel run by. A butterfly.
Ooh, now you can turn into a squirrel.
The butterfly. Oh, no.
You seem to be in a pile of rubble.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am.
You're just one of many stones.
I didn't get a fun one.
Hey, is this a fun one?
Nothing?
Alright. Should we finish exploring this floor or what? I mean, we've been
Well,
waiting.
1 second. Let's see if there's nines-colored gemstone.
Like a cat's eye marble, but it's blue and orange.
Yes.
Sure.
I take that one, and this will be the last one, and then we'll move on.
Okay. Hey, you guys can do this as much as you want.
Don't tell us that.
Do I still have to roll percentile die?
Oh, yeah, I was just waiting for it.
83.
Okay. As you pop the crystal in, the image, comes into focus. You look around, and you think you're on top of a hearth. You're inside a house. You can hear the crackle of a fire. Some people are bustling around, moving. You can't see quite who or what they are. You can see them shifting in the other room. Shadows playing on the wall, quick movements, just not quite in line of sight. Then a small child comes running in. It's a tabaxi.
Excuse me, small child.
Ah!
Don't tell me. I invented her.
Who are you?
I'm Lions, greatest bard of all time. Who are you?
I'm Sam.
Sam, where are you?
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
I'm not a stranger. I'm nice. You know who I am.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm at home.
Yes, Bird said the same thing.
I'm in the free states of Parmesan.
Sorry, I'll write that down. Then we can go visit Sam at his house. It would be great. I'll give you a crowbar.
Why?
Every kid should have crowbar. Do you not have crowbar?
No.
So then when we see you, we give you a crowbar.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Mom! I'm getting a crowbar! Come meet my friends! Hear from the other room? What friends? The ones that are giving me the crowbar! No one's giving you a crowbar. But I want it to know. Who has a crowbar of your friends? My new friend! His name's Eight.
This little shit. I'm hanging up now. Goodbye. I knock the crystal off. And I pick it back up again.
It'll make a good necklace.
Well, I said that was the last one. Do you still want to do more anyway?
No, I'm okay.
Oh, I mean, please continue. I'm enjoying this.
I think we are on our way to get like 2,000
Wait.
feet of rope in
Wait a
order to
second.
bring down the hooks at one time.
Well, hold on.
What?
The captain hasn't had a chance yet.
That's true. It wouldn't be fair to not let the captain have a turn if he wants one.
I mean, are you sure?
I
You want
mean,
me to have a turn?
you're part of this group, right?
Well, yes. I suppose, if you consider me part of your group. Normally, people just pay me and shut the hell up.
Oh, we do not do that.
Yeah, we're basically best friends forever now.
Really? Do we have a bracelet? It's
We
like
could.
4 parts. and
Well,
make
Seth
one?
could make a clay one, like a little clay charms.
Well, I quite like that.
I will make friendship charms.
I always wanted to have a little friendship charm when I was growing up.
Yes, we'll print some beads out. We'll make friendship
got one.
bracelets.
Friendship charms. I will make friendship charms the next time we are not in this place.
The next time we're not in this place.
Yes.
So
I am
in a
carrying
few
around a
minutes or-
portable kiln for you, aren't I?
Yeah, but we haven't had even a place to rest.
Yeah.
We rested for like 40 minutes while we waited for a bird to fly somewhere.
You did.
We weren't friends then, though.
Speaking, I had a short rest. Am I still poisoned?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
I mean, you can make another attempt to heal if you want. You haven't asked about anything like that. You can try to heal yourself.
Well, I have.
You have tried, and you failed one time, but you haven't tried since then.
I have a bottle of antitoxin from Dromar,
Okay,
so I might drink that.
sure.
It just says though it gives me advantage on saving throws against poison. So
Probably wouldn't help now.
I will save it.
So you just throw it back up into the bottle.
I was like,
Glug, glug,
I was
glug.
reading the label.
Oh, I read this wrong.
I was just reading the label and was like, this only confers advantage on saving throws against poison. I won't drink it now.
I like the idea that the potion bottles
Says that.
have like those little tear back labels.
Instructions.
Yeah, that you have to like
Side
peel away
effect
carefully,
lists.
and then you fold it out, and then it turns the pill bottle into like one of those scrolls that you have to open like this. And it's on the potion. I like that.
I will. Can I attempt like a medicine or something? Or,
Sure,
All right.
You can make an attempt.
Was it medicine or nature? What is it?
You asked for a medicine check.
Okay. Then that is a 25.
After ruminating on this for a minute, you realize that Pendalia has talked about plants like this in the past and given you instructions on, if you ever run into them, how to neutralize their toxin. And it involves the combination of several simple herbs that you keep in your medicine pouch. After mixing up the appropriate salve, you spread it over the site,
Add a little oregano.
add a little oregano, and you know that this particular toxin, you should also ingest some of the salve, and you do so.
Like a fazoli's.
No, you're enjoying it. So.
That's a corporate sponsor. I don't think I'm gonna have a regret saying something bad about. Yeah, I mean, one of the first things in media production, like, don't alienate people you might want to later advertise with.
They were going to ask the Tangy Crab to sponsor.
Still batting 1,000 on that one.
You know, they give away free breadsticks because they can't get rid of them any other way.
Do you remember the time when, like, we were alive and Fazoli's was kind of considered tasty and, like, a little bit of a treat to go out to? Those were dark days.
We had to go like 15 miles to get to it.
Am I healed?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about Italian food from our past.
You brought up Fazoli's. There's always a mistake. It's a
So,
natural
Captain,
conversation
why don't you
starter.
put your stone in that you've been choosing this whole time?
Well, you know, and he like pulls one out. He's been hanging on to it. I have been wanting to try this one.
What makes that one so special?
Yeah, what's it look like?
It's this very. It's got this kind of swirly pattern on the inside with some red and black swirls. It's kind of neat looking. And a little bit edgelordy, but
Very goth.
very goth, yes. But it's a cool piece. May I try it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Did you get 100 again?
She did get 100. I had to lean over and look.
So
behind the
we
screen.
got 2 and 100.
Well, that's. It was just like a session or two ago. I rolled 100 on it. I forget when that was.
Good letting the captain take a chance.
Okay.
That would have been 93.
You see him pop the crystal in.
I reach underneath one of the tables and grab some gum.
Okay.
Popcorn flavored.
This
The best kind. Buttered
this-
popcorn.
this gum tastes a little bit like
Fazoli.
no, it doesn't taste like Fazoli's. This gum tastes a little bit like butterscotch.
Do you now just have a D100 list of flavors that you roll now?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know, actually. Because it would give me an idea of how many other times we're going to explore a ancient civilization that just has gum everywhere.
I mean, it might just be here.
It might.
I've made D100 tables for smaller, more ridiculous, less recurring things.
Speaking of D100,
Yeah.
Keep getting distracted. The image that comes into focus is it's in a place that you recognize.
All of us?
Yes. It is.
Our best Marcel. We've all seen that.
You have not seen Drum
The
Marcel.
tangy crab.
If it's a jewel in the tangy crab centerpiece.
One of its eyes.
are we on the voice of ship?
No.
Should we keep guessing?
I mean, you can. The suspense is better if you just keep guessing and it's wrong.
Do we see Soloff?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Oh, I definitely put my face to the...
Wait, we see Soloth
You're in his office.
In
in-
the company house.
in Nordfeld or where?
Whitfeld.
Yes, I absolutely shove my face into the orb. Sully!
He turns around. Ah!
It's me, Nines!
We're in a weird magical city talking to you through a gemstone.
Yes. And have you recovered our funds yet?
Oh, I look like a Kenku right now. Sorry.
Oh, also we made a new friend!
Hello.
He's a pirate.
He's smuggling us across international
I'm a
waters!
pirate. It's true.
Yeah, we're sneaking into the Republic.
And we're best friends now. What are you all doing?
We're talking to you, Sully.
Yes.
Where are you?
We're in an ancient changeling city. We're talking to you through an ancient changeling communication gem.
Yes, live on Saturday night.
So yes,
You can check us out Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Dyson Dungeons with an N.
you must have a magical gem in your office because that is how we
Nice.
are making connection.
Wait, you all like have some sort of gem and you're talking to me through a gem.
Do you have like a real gothy looking swirly black and red gem?
Yes?
We're talking to you through that.
It's magical.
I've had that for the last 12 years. Never had anyone else talk to me on it.
Well,
It's first time for everything.
yeah, there's mostly just jaguars and stuff out here, so they probably wouldn't know how to do it.
Aren't you lucky that we are the ones to contact you?
Are you all okay?
Yes.
I was poisoned.
Are you still poisoned?
No, I got some oregano in there.
I got better.
And by the way, have you found our funds yet?
Yeah, no, I haven't recovered those. Sorry.
I'm sure that
I'm-
you are still making an effort.
Yes, mostly I'm focused on trying to stop war from breaking out between Glindring and Cormer Republic.
No, we may have made that worse, actually.
What?
No, we interrupt some meeting.
What the hell did the three of you do?
It was mostly nines.
There was only one who was hit by a crossbow.
I mean, they were angry before. They were just going to get into a war without my help.
Where were you?
In this room.
And what?
Some sort of dark red room with swirly tapestries.
Hey, do you know what orcs dress super nice? Like a 90s CEO villain.
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
An orc in a suit and slicking back hair.
we mostly just wanted to see if you had a job for us.
Did anyone ask for us by name yet?
Yes.
There hasn't been any work in the last few weeks.
Oh, that's good, because we're kind of stuck here for now.
Also, we don't have a name yet.
No. Well, by name.
Be careful. It's yeah. Just don't die.
If we were being
I'm so confused right now.
If we were hypothetically being smuggled into the Republic by a pirate named the Captain, who's a good friend of ours,
Best friend.
is there anything we should be careful of other than the regular illegal stuff?
Don't go after any dragon families.
Oh, we're trying to kill someone who's part of the dragon families right now.
Fuck.
Hey, do you have a contact we can meet up with?
No, the Cormer Republic has kicked almost all of the mercenary groups out of it in the last week.
Do you know a Brucellian?
I think he's the son of one of the leaders of the dragon families.
Yeah, he's here. We're trying to stop him.
From what?
Stealing an ancient artifact of my people.
Also, changelings. I think he captured changelings.
He's like kidnapped most of a whole bunch of my changelings.
He's kidnapped changelings?
Yeah.
A lot of them, too.
Oh, Jesus.
Why is that bad? Like, more than usual?
I mean, yes, more than usual. I think that the Republic is trying to prepare for war. They've been researching new weapons, and I don't know what they're going to do. But they've shut their borders and closed almost everyone out, except the Coasterians.
So what you're saying is that if we were to stop one of the dragon families from getting their hands on ancient changeling technology that lets them turn any material into any other material or item, then that would be a job you would hire us to do.
I don't have a job for that. We're a mercenary company. I don't directly pay you to do jobs I create. That's not how it works.
Well, can you
But-
float it to someone who does?
Or could we get like a commendation or something?
Maybe. I'll reach out to my contacts within the royal house. We'll see what happens.
Yes, if you were
Just be
successful,
careful.
if you were successful in getting this job, make sure that they ask for us by name.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys have a name you're going with yet? Do you have any idea?
By name.
Oh, the connection's getting a little weak right now.
What are you talking about? It's
yes.
crystal clear. Wait, Tully, where are you going?
Am I doing this right? Am I helping?
Yes, yes. We are definitely not saltworthy.
You guys know that I can hear all that, right?
Yeah.
You can just hang up.
All right.
However
Well,
you do that, I guess.
we can't. You won't be able to call us back on your rock because we're gonna leave the little device. So you can still reach us on the rings, though, right?
Oh, right, it does do that.
Not quite in the same manner, but yeah, I can.
All right. So get us that job, and we will capture Berkelion.
Okay. I have no idea what's going on anymore. And you see him walk out of the room.
Say hi to your husband for me.
You're not sure if he heard you.
Oh, I use my brain to talk to Solaf.
Help! 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 Help!
Hey, Solaf!
That's not how it works.
It's not how that works.
How does it work?
It's just like a emergency. You can like send out a ping.
Oh. It's no fun.
And you get pinged if there's a job opportunity for you.
Yeah.
It's been awful quiet lately.
We don't have a name.
No one requests us.
All right, we have a floor to search. Let's
do.
search in order: Captain, and then Ulseth, and then Nines, and then me, Thoria.
We were going to get. we were on our way to get 2,000 feet of rope so that we could. bring
Actually,
down all of the
I do
banners
look like
at one
the
time.
I do look like the Kenku Tamaru right now. I looked it up,
You do?
so I do. My name is a T name.
Why do you
Just pointing it out for future reference.
be sure not
right.
to write it on the map?
Good. Well, there was still more rooms on this floor, right?
Yeah, and we were in search of rope so that we could bring down all the banners at once.
Yeah.
There are some more rooms on this floor.
Why don't we check those out? What are we waiting around here for?
we were waiting for the bird to land.
I mean, I got a short rest, so I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the images up so you can see, and I'll bring that up for the viewers now. Okay.
So there's 3 rooms. So
Oops, I'm in the wrong color. That's where you guys have been. You've been in that room with all these little transponders and everything.
For a long time.
You guys have spent well more than an hour in here.
you put a fun toy in front of us.
So
Yeah,
we had
but-
one really long call and then a bunch of really short ones.
Yeah.
Well, you had a fairly long call to start, and you had a fairly long one to end, and the captain happened to pick the one that had Soloth on the other end.
Yeah. That was pretty impressive, Captain.
Well,
So-
you know, I have a pretty good intuition.
Maybe you should take that stone and make like a cool earring out of it.
How big are these?
Yeah, about,
Like a ½ inch.
well, it's kind of like,
Like a D4.
like take your D8 and then make it about twice the size.
Wow, so it's pretty big.
It's not, like, gargantuan, it's just like 2
It's a
D8s.
good sized stone, though.
Yeah.
That might be heavy
They're not that heavy.
for an earring.
Why
I
don't
mean,
we?
if you made an earring out of it, it wouldn't be that bad.
So we'll go out the door, turn left, go down to the T junction, turn right, go up to the elbow that turns left, and enter that first room, which will then be on our right.
That one?
Yeah.
Is there one
Isn't there
before
one
that?
before that?
I can't tell at the moment.
There's also that one.
That one.
Yeah, that one first.
Okay. There are 4 doors. Do y'all want to take one?
No.
Okay.
I'm going
We don't
to
want to order
stand.
ourselves down that.
I'm going to stand behind Ulseth, who has a better constitution score than me.
Whatever that is.
Well, you kept getting... I got stabbed with a poison plant, so...
No, that was unfortunate.
You have a better chance of not being poisoned.
I'll try not to stick my face into any foreign-looking plants.
Okay.
And we can't let the captain go in now because he'll just drink everything.
We found that to be true.
Only if there's something particularly good.
You're supposed to share good stuff.
Why?
Because we're best friends. You said so yourself.
I pull one of the bottles out.
As you enter this room, it seems
Okay.
it seems to be a fairly stark room. Not a whole lot in there. Some large tables that have sort of movable arms on them. They're not like posable things like a monitor arm or something, but sort of like slide rules. Like there's a straight edge and you can move it around on the page. That would be like, not the page, on the table.
I play with it.
Okay. Slide. All of them have this, and it's just flat to the surface. So it's like, you know, the table is here, and then the
It's
arm kind of moves
Like a drafting
like
thing?
this. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I make fun designs with it.
Yeah, you think it would be perhaps a drafting element. It's not 100% clear, but it's a room full of those.
Seth, do you want to search?
I will search.
Guidance.
I'll look for anything and everything. Drawers, doors,
Poisonous plants.
poisonous plants, secret passageways.
Sure, go ahead.
You used up
I
your
used up my good one, yeah.
good rolls.
Yeah. That's a 6.
There's not all that much more to find than the tables in here.
It's a fun table, though.
Yeah.
Are you having fun with the table?
Yes, the arm moves. Never seen anything like that before in my life.
There's a lot of gum under them. There's some gum on the arms. There's some. I mean, it doesn't look like it's placed there sort of haphazardly. More like someone set it there and is like, grab that later. Kind of like just 1 or 2 pieces on there.
And then they never did grab it. It's so sad.
I wonder what happened.
Let's go to the next
Are we going to
room.
start taking all the gum and turn it into one giant gumball, and then like we're going to find
Bruchelian
at the bottom of a
There'll
hill?
be and I open my bag of holding.
Are you
And
going
a
to
giant
Katamari Damacy
gum.
Brucalion?
If the rolls let us do it.
we'll check the next room.
Okay.
Captain, you go first.
Very well.
I believe he's now the best friend of Captain.
Best friend, Captain.
No. That's so nice. I love hearing that. The next room over, going one down. Captain opens it up. Looks like a supply closet.
Ooh. Let's go check it out.
Let's
Maybe-
all pile into the supply closet.
Yeah.
Supplies.
How
Okay.
small is it? Are we really
No,
crammed in there?
it's one of those for people who've worked within the food service industry. It's like a walk-in cooler.
Oh, yeah, so
you
we're
know.
pretty close.
It's about maybe 10 feet long and 8 feet wide.
Yep, plenty of room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We are, yep.
It's a
Are there any
large
suppli-
walk-in.
are there
I'll
supplies?
search around, look for things of value.
Is there a nice mop in here?
Yeah, there is. It's a nice mop.
No,
Like the mop cloth is still
you can carry it.
pretty clean looking.
I I don't carry anything. Is there a nice broom?
You carry a fritter
Oh,
around.
yeah.
Oh, wait, there's a nice broom?
There's a nice
We
broom.
need a nice broom for your fancy new tent.
I mean,
Okay,
it's
that's true.
It's a real nice broom. The bristles are all sharply cut.
I'll put the broom and mop in my bag.
Do you need a mop bucket?
Yeah.
There's a gleaming one over there.
Like it's actually
Mop.
gleaming.
Yeah. That would make sense that it would be. That way you don't have to keep
Tell you
cleaning
what,
it.
I'll put fate in your hands.
With your die.
Uh-huh. Yeah, go ahead.
What do I have to roll for?
Let's see if it's
Above a two.
gleaming.
19.
It's gleaming.
All right.
All right.
You,
So
you have a mop bucket that cannot be dirty.
are all the tools or just the bucket?
Oh, well,
Like, is the mop?
if the mop was gleaming,
It wouldn't mop
it
things
wouldn't
up.
mop anything.
Fair enough.
At least get a gleaming squeegee.
It
Ooh,
would
that could be the name of our group, the Gleaming Squeegees.
No, it couldn't. No.
Yes.
No.
The
Perfect.
mop, if it were gleaming, I don't know if it would just like push dirt around, sort of like two magnets opposing each other, and then they're just like being pushed around like that.
I mean, we can try that with Olsef's.
Or if it would just sort of compress the dirt further into whatever it's mopping.
Is there rope?
There's not rope here.
There's no rope. Okay,
There's some twine.
No, I have string already.
Okay. It's a supply closet. There's not a.
But it's a supply closet with a secret entrance, right?
I don't know.
Well, I searched for a secret
Okay.
entrance.
While he's searching, I'll cast Detect Magic ritually, because it'll take him 10 minutes.
Sure.
I got a 15 on my perception check. Unless it's investigation, and then I got 10.
It's an investigation.
Well, then I got a 10. I got a perfect 10.
I'd like everyone to take note of that. Just the. I got a 15 if it's this check. Or 10 if this check.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe we should
drop-
maybe we should find out what it is before we roll.
Drop that. Make sure the worst of the two options is said second.
I said I got a perfect 10, so
Yeah.
that
Kinda.
means you have to tell me if there's one there.
You don't find a secret room.
I have
Just
a
found a
quick
very obvious one.
process question about
Sure.
this cloak, because Nine's brought up using the mop and stuff in it. If I leave something in the cloak, does it just like fall out when I turn it back into a cloak, or is it like inside the cloak area?
I think some things could stay inside within reason.
So if I like left the coat rack in it,
Yeah, then it'd pop back in.
okay.
I'll make this sort of rule about it. Things, commonplace things that you would find in like keeping a dwelling clean or improving it. Like if you swapped out the cots for
Nicer beds.
for maybe some nice beds, that'd be okay. If you swapped out the cots for like four-poster canopy sleigh beds, no.
Or 4,000 pounds of gold or something.
Yeah, like there's a limit. It's a little hazy where it is,
All right.
but in general, my metagame rule here is if it's reasonable to have is like
Like,
we keep a coat rack in here.
or like a wall scroll
That's
of the
fine.
voice or something. Of the
sure,
voice or
yeah,
something.
yeah, that would stay.
Yes,
it would stay.
Like a
I was
hug,
gonna
a
ask,
hug
like,
pillow, yeah.
like in a video game where you get collectibles and it just fills up this room.
Yeah, I mean you can do
Well-
you can do reasonable decorating and improvements.
Like a voice hug pillow.
Sure,
I
yeah,
will
that'd be
burn
okay.
it to the ground. I will burn that and the tent.
All right,
magical.
I just had that question because I was looking in the rules and it didn't specify what happened to items inside. So
Yeah, if there's something that you want to kind of add to it and keep in there, feel free to ask me, and
all right,
I'll be as consistent as I can with that application. But in general, if it's not something huge, super heavy, ridiculous kind of thing, and it's something you might actually carry around in there, I'm gonna say yes.
all right.
You know,
I think you should make it so the tent has to attune with the coat rack.
Like you just
Like it just has to sit there for an hour and be
it's like
like this.
introducing two rabbits to each other.
Yeah,
They just,
they
sit
get
there.
used to each other.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I look in my firkin. Are there more dust bunnies there now than there were before?
No.
Are the dust bunnies
There's
moving?
fewer dust bunnies.
I lost.
One
Is
ate.
there just
I
one
lost
larger
one
dust?
of bunny.
They might have eaten each other. Have you been feeding them?
You lost a dust bunny.
Have you been feeding them?
I pick up some detritus and sprinkle it into the firkin so that the dust bunnies have something to eat.
Okay.
And I finished my magic spell. Cast the spell, cast the spell.
I like how we have, in this session, we've been going for more than an hour, and
We got into two
We got into
rooms.
and you got into 2 rooms and had, like, 4 conversations?
But we've also found one magic item, which is pretty good.
A gleaming,
gleaming
mop
bucket.
bucket. Which, actually pretty
Is
useful
it
in a lot of ways.
is it just like a basic bucket, or is it specifically like a mop bucket? Like it has like a.
It's a basic bucket.
It's like a big zinc bucket sort of.
That just says mop bucket on it, so you can't confuse it with something else.
It does have like a little, like, topper where you can like squeeze the mop out.
Okay.
But it's separate.
But,
And
so
that-
it's just a gleaming bucket,
The
effectively.
bucket is gleaming.
Okay.
Is it big and yellow?
The bucket?
Yes.
No, it's like this very shiny steel.
Is it slightly dented? That is not a good mop bucket.
No, it's not slightly dented.
Did I
It's
detect any
incredibly
magic in
dented.
here?
Very dented. Not huge dents, but many little dents all over it.
This is a good mop bucket. This.
I check out room 3.
Did I detect any magic? Other
the
than
bucket.
Okay. I will go with Elsa to check the next room.
Did you find the secret entrance?
Yeah.
Room 3? Yes. It's the door from the hall.
In this room, fairly simple. It's a fairly good sized table. Some chairs, falling apart around it. That's pretty much it in here.
No drawers, shelves, boxes, nothing.
The furniture's pretty limited in this one.
Ugh. No magic.
You detect no magic in this room.
Next room.
Next room.
Okay?
Which was sort of at a different direction in the hallway, right?
Yes, it is.
It's kind of like at the end of the hall, I think.
Yeah. I don't remember what the map was like, but yeah, something like that.
Those cleaning supplies could come in handy sometime if we ever need to make.
Too bad we never found any soap in here. 9s.
Oh, Nines.
Hey, you should have grabbed soap when you had a chance.
Nines, go back to the supply room and look for soap, please.
Yeah, was
Go
there
back into the supply room and look for soap.
Sure, yeah.
I bring back soap.
Okay.
Bring back all the soap.
How much soap did I get?
You find... Oh, hell, let's see. Oh, you find 12 bars. 12 bars of soap.
How many
Yeah.
That
bars?
was very
I give
good.
everyone 3 bars of soap each,
Thank you.
including the captain.
This means so much. The only people who have ever given me soap are people who tell me I need a shower.
I would never tell you to do something so cruel.
Thank you.
9s would lick you clean if you asked them.
I go into the 4th room.
In this room, there is a closed door to your right. And straight ahead, there's a desk. It's surrounded by quite a few, maybe 3 or 4 dozen piles of very neatly stacked things. Paper, some sort of folios, just like a whole bunch of stacks of things around this desk. And that's what you see in here. It's sort of a sparse room. Otherwise, there are some shelves along the other two walls where the doors are not.
I take a good look at the stack of papers on the desk.
Okay. Go ahead.
I push it over.
Okay, it falls over.
Do I detect any magic?
You do not.
Is this the only...
Are there any drawers, boxes, anything on the shelves?
Not too many things, but there's a couple boxes on the shelves. Yeah.
I searched them all.
Okay.
Oh, it's back. 3.
I didn't get into...
Well, Seth goes around the room and
this.
seems to be, I don't know, maybe getting a little hangry, and you grab a box, look at it,
I give you
Put it
trail,
back.
I give you a trail mix.
Are the raisins out?
No, you have to eat around them. You can give them back to me, though.
ooh, I'll need the raisin.
What? Oh, God. You want the raisins?
I love raisins. They're delicious. Little sweet, chewy morsels.
Is the door locked?
Yes. Yes, it is.
What?
I wanted to verify I was looking at the right one.
What kind of lock? Disc lock?
No. This seems to be something more traditional.
Nines, it's your time to shine.
I can't teleport through a door.
I turn into nines. Alright, I got this.
I will continue to just
Okay.
push things off the desk.
I'm going to pick lock with my tools.
Go ahead.
Guidance. I'm very good at nines ways.
That don't sound like that at all.
9.
This best number.
Best number!
You aren't able to manipulate the lock in a way that it opens up for you.
I pull out my crowbar, the one that's made of the white marbly stuff, and attempt to jam the door open.
Sure.
Strength check.
Yeah.
14.
You are unable to force the door open. It's pretty securely locked there.
Captain,
Yes?
would you mind picking the lock?
Oh, can we give it a shot?
Are you still nines?
No.
Okay.
I will turn into Sorry again.
He starts manipulating with one hand and it's like, and actually starts to focus on it. There we are.
Thank you.
As the door slowly swings open. On the other side of it, there is a significantly larger room than the one you are in.
Ooh, significant.
And this room doesn't seem to be quite as maybe pristine or as secured as the room that you had seen on the floor below. But you might remember from last session, there was a room that you could see through glass that had all sorts of very neatly stacked books and boxes and things. This room is similar to that.
Yeah, we couldn't get into that other
It
one.
was all abjurated.
This room, it seems to be a little less secure, just based on the fact that it doesn't have a magic seal. But it still has documents and things like that. They don't look quite as neatly arranged. But still arranged and cataloged as far as you can tell. It seems to be following some sort of quite orderly system.
Are you asking me to just unorder it?
No. I look for anything that has to do with fervent tech.
There's nothing that you can read to give you any indication It's still in a language you don't understand.
Do I sense any magic in this room?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Do I know it's something similar to the whatever your equivalent of the Dewey Decimal System is?
Yeah. You two have been in a library. Nines, you have been forced into libraries several times.
Yes, and I checked out this book, and then I left with it.
That's right. I had to pay for that though.
But I said that was free. I said just check out, and I did.
Nines is banned from his library in his hometown. Won't allow him to check out any more books.
Yeah,
He's taken too many.
Speaking
Never
of,
returned one.
the narrator said you came from the town of Blue.
Hey, what's this over here as I wander off?
You want to talk about that? Where are you going?
I'm going to explore over here. Hey, look, book. I grab the nearest book and start reading it.
I'm pretending.
Okay. Roll a d4.
It's full of explosive rooms.
One.
Okay. You have a book. You're looking at it.
I'm nodding.
Is he holding it upside down?
Yes.
Interesting. I turn the page.
You're also going backwards.
What are you learning about nines?
Well, I learned that changelings read right to left.
I mean, you couldn't have learned that, but I like the initiative. It's the bold. I learned this.
Were there any other
Appreciate it.
pathways, doorways on this
No,
floor?
this seems to be the last room to enter. You haven't found any pathways you haven't gone down.
And no rope.
Okay. I searched through to find out if there's anything other than books or papers, or if there's anything I can read at all.
Guidance.
Just
Sure.
looking for really cool, exciting, useful things,
Absolutely.
or expensive.
Or expensive.
Well, it's a bigger number. 9 is best number.
That's best number.
That comes up a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's been coming up all day today.
You
It's almost like it's the best number.
don't turn up anything.
All right. I feel like this is the point where comprehend languages scroll is going to happen with all those letters we found.
Yeah, there's tons of books. There's tons of papers. There's folios. There's all the stuff that used to be on the desk that's on the floor now,
So I'll
and the things that you're carrying.
yeah.
Should we
So-
take a moment to see if we can find anything that looks particularly valuable before we use the scroll?
I mean, didn't we just do that?
Yeah,
Poorly. I just grabbed something off the shelf.
and
All right. I will look, having now looked at a lot of changeling documents. I will look around for anything that might point to something of importance in this room.
Okay.
Any sort of papers that look like there may be.
I'm trying to think if there's anything in the room that would give you that impression.
gold bindings, arrows pointing,
Cool
Nice.
picture.
Dewey Decimal System,
Very
In-
cool thing right
in-
here.
Like a
Dewey Decimal System
Book
entries
with
in
like a-
bold ink.
book about with pictures of cats on skateboards, things like that.
Sure. There's
Maybe a changeling.
there's a nice looking box.
I look in the nice looking box.
Yeah. It's got some papers with some official seals on it.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, before I go, I understand the book I'm reading, but I can't read the title. Can you tell me what the title of this book is?
I haven't used the comprehend language.
Well, when you do, let me know.
Okay. All right.
I can really read the book. I just want everyone to know that.
I'm going to pull out my writing desk
Okay.
from the bag of holding if we're going to do some work here.
Sure.
My ironwood writing desk.
So when you take that out, you just like prop the bag open, just reach in, just go.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That does seem to be an accurate representation of the way that Soria would take that out.
I will use one of my comprehend language scrolls.
I shove a book in her face.
Okay.
I'll quickly glance at what the book title is that Nines has been reading.
Funny enough, it says a Tabaxi tale.
The book that Nines has been reading, it just says like tax records and then gives a string of 7 numbers.
It says a tabaxi tale.
Oh, I probably believe you.
Definitely believe me.
I like that Soria is constantly lying to Nines, and Nines is constantly like, yes, this is correct.
No, sometimes I call her out on it, like when she tried to get rid of my coat rack.
Yeah. you caught me in
So,
the act
right
there.
through that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No dumping coat racks for you. So
I am going to pull out the handwritten note that was in the desk drawer from the... So in the front entrance area, there's that side room, and in one of the locked drawers, there was a handwritten, folded up note.
Okay. Let me pull that up. Hang on.
I can't wait until we read all of their deepest, darkest, most intimate thoughts.
That was on... Was that on this floor?
First floor.
On the first floor.
There was that side room, and there was a safe that also had preserved letters in it. But inside one of the drawers of the desk, there was a handwritten note.
Okay. I am...
right near the beginning of last episode.
I can't wait until we meet Sam and I actually give him a crowbar. I can start a gang of children with crowbars.
Okay, so
The crowbar kids.
the letters from the safe.
Oh, I was doing the handwritten one first, but we'll do that.
The letters from the safe, they're fairly mundane correspondence between 2 individuals. The names are Hortel, spelled with a J, Jortel, and Quenya. And you can tell that Quenya is writing in not quite an adoring manner, but certainly in a very respectful way. Like the manner that one might have used to have written to, I don't know, the president. It's sort of that very polite language. Slightly too formal. And the response is more informal, but it has a very elegant script to it. And they're all the letters are seeking advice. They're all asking for advice on what to do in the city. How should we handle one situation or another? Fairly, again, mundane things. just the ins and outs of running a city.
Did we find changeling and landers?
Not really.
Did we just age ourselves by saying that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, I aged myself.
Yeah. That's like
Yeah.
did you say Ann Landers?
Yeah.
And Landers. Yeah.
Ann Landers is a columnist, an advice columnist
Oh.
that
Dear-
used to write
yeah.
for the Chicago Sun-Times.
Dear Ms. Landers,
She's pretty
my
famous.
deer keep eating my hostas.
Oh, it's
I don't
one
know
of
what
those.
to do.
So it's one of those columns where people write in so that everyone else can
Yeah.
read about their sordid lives.
Yeah, it was before the internet came in, and then everyone had an opinion.
Yeah, and now it's just the Am I the Asshole thread.
Yeah.
Got it.
She died like almost 20 years ago, I think. Early 2000s. She was.
Didn't she have a sister, dear Abby? I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I'm sorry, is our Ann Landers talk boring you?
that's that's who Ann Landers is. It's not like that. It's not the. So, my sister is pregnant for the 19th time, and I hate her.
And she wants to move
And she
into my
wants to
one-bedroom
move-
apartment.
She wants to
with
move
all
into
her
my
kids,
one-bedroom
yeah.
apartment, and my family
gotcha.
says that I'm an asshole for not taking her in and letting her have my apartment.
So
Yeah,
what
it's
should
not
I
that.
buy? So what should I buy her for the baby shower?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, it's not that. This is more. They're writing. It seems to be like.
A mentor
Yeah, mentor-mentee sort of
thing. Okay.
relationship here. You can't tell what either of these individuals have done. They don't talk about their jobs. I mean, sort of in that way that you would write to someone who just knows you and like they know the situation, so you don't need to explain it to them. So there's a lot of context, a lot of information that's missing from this, but it seems to be about, managing the city, running the day-to-day, operations, the problems that rise up, important decisions about should we maybe try and trade more? Is it worth the risk? How do we handle people that feel trapped here?
While I was going through, did it say who they were trading with?
No, not in specifics. It mentions, some cities that you haven't really heard of.
Okay.
Names that the changelings probably had for the cities that don't translate to anything you'd recognize today. Kind of like, New Amsterdam, for example. That was the original name of New York. Changed hands. No one calls it New Amsterdam anymore.
Should we bring that back?
What about the hand?
I don't know. I can't say.
People just like it better that way.
So taking it back to going back to the letters. What about the handwritten one that was locked in a drawer?
Let me find that one. Do you remember where that one came from?
It was in the same place. I think I hacked the
It was like in the
drawer of a desk off with my hand axe.
There were coins and a note in the drawer.
This one seems to be sort of a basically a letter kind of complaining. It's not actually to anybody. It's more like someone. You ever heard that exercise? You just write down things that are making you upset or angry. You just like get them out and
And
write
then you
them down.
mail it to Anne.
Then you mail it to Ann Landers, and she reads it and it's like weird, and throws it out.
So did you find the first
That's-
changeling blog?
Apparently.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be written to a target audience. It seems to be just this very personal moment of a changeling complaining about the stresses in their life.
What were they stressed about?
There was some disagreements with family members. They found what they do unfulfilling. They wrote about how they're feeling lost and unsure of what to do in their life. Similar concerns to what many people feel.
Do you want this, Knives?
What is it?
A powerful magic spell. It's too tempting for someone with my feeble mind.
What does it do?
Unspeakable things.
And it's too powerful for you?
Yeah.
You carry around a symbol that hurts people's brains.
Yeah, this is way more dangerous. You're the only one who can be trusted with it.
Insight check. I got 10.
I got...
I feel like I should roll with advantage when you said that I'm the only one that can be trusted with it. Then.
I got a 15 deception.
Do I get to roll with advantage on that one?
Because of how blatant the lie was.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you do. I'm gonna go with yes.
Okay, I got an 18 with that.
And you beat me.
You lie!
It's a person who's just complaining about stuff.
Oh, I can relate to that. Are you sure it wasn't like made for an audience? Like,
It was
welcome back, complaining ears.
Complaining in ears.
Alright.
Welcome back,
Complaints.
bitchin'
Complaints.
ears.
I'm going to now quickly search through the stack of neat notes that we found in the room past the tree.
I'm gonna go look for the archives of the changeling and landers.
Like I've said, there's not a changeling in Landers, and you're like, I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna find that
If the
column.
DM denies it, that just means she's trying to hide it from us.
Yeah, like the world isn't full of people who are told this doesn't exist, and they don't go, fuck you, it doesn't.
Don't eat horse paste. Fuck you, I will.
There's a guy who gets kicked in the head who told me to take it. And I trust him more than you, nerd.
Well, yes.
So I'm looking at those notes.
Let's not let the school run out without.
Yeah, well, I'm doing all this while...
Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of time.
Yeah. So I'm searching those notes from that neatly stacked pile that was in the room past the tree.
Well, Steph, let's try to find a secret entrance behind one of the bookcases.
Just
I look
shove
for a
things
secret
over.
entrance.
Just start pulling them down.
I got a 16 on my 17 on my looking for a secret entrance
Okay.
check.
I got a 10. A
These-
perfect 10.
These notes are really juvenile, tawdry flirting letters between two people.
Oh, you found the Zanga page.
Like, I'm thinking about making something saucy with the word like underlined and like given a little like flair.
Are they signed with real names or weird pet names?
Weird pet.
What are the weird pet names?
Fluffy.
No. No.
Little dust bunny.
One.
My dust bunnies alone.
One's your little puglet.
Gross.
And the other is your
Saucy pork rind.
your sweet Fanny. That's
Are there any references to gum?
no. You've never found a
Really?
single reference in any of these writings to gum. It's kind of like one of those things that's just so ubiquitous in society that why would anyone write about it? Because it's just constant.
I like to imagine it's just one guy who keeps doing it, and they just can't get him to stop, and he's not really even doing anything illegal. So all the gum in this
It's
entire
one
town,
guy.
just one guy, just pops it in 3 chews and sticks it underneath. That's my headcanon.
So,
So, Zoria, do you wish to search this library?
yeah, I think I have gone through all of the books and stuff that I needed, that I had. I had some papers from the keep. Did I translate those?
Some papers from the keep.
Yeah. From that first building in the keep.
Right. Did you? I'm not sure that you did. When was the last time you cast? It was in the central chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So you have not.
I haven't.
Which room? Do you remember where in there you found those pieces of paper?
It was either the officer's room or somewhere in that first building.
Right. There they are. Yep. They're fairly mundane. It's just like requests and orders for supplies and patrols. It's pretty just ordinary, run-of-the-mill, everyday kind of note-taking and paperwork.
Except the one that ends with you, by your little Fanny.
Alright, then I'm gonna do a quick scan around this library looking for anything that's not like tax records.
In this library, there's not a whole lot that's super interesting. There's layouts of the city. You find those were drafting tables earlier. And you find very detailed maps of the city, all laid out, and plans and options for where things could go. And you can see they were really planning this city out. And they had plans for further growth.
Okay.
Zoria, do any of these maps show where the Arat walls might be?
I don't think so. But I'm going to pull out the map for the council chamber place.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything interesting about that?
I mean, it's the layout for the building that you're in.
Alright, let's national treasure this. I hold it up to the light to see if there's any hidden watermarks.
I set it on fire.
No hidden watermarks.
I squeeze
It's
a
on
lemon on
fire.
it.
Take out a lemon, just rub it across. Meanwhile, Ninth is over there like,
Burning.
you need heat. I told you to activate.
So I
Little
don't
too much heat.
find the
You
Declaration of
find- yes,
Independence
on the
in here.
back. Yeah.
You don't find the Declaration of Independence on the back.
But we found a map to the Declaration.
Okay.
You found a map to the Declaration of Independence.
All right.
You found numbers that might lead to a map of where the Declaration of Independence
How long
is.
have I been comprehending languages?
How much longer to turn this
like
into a
half
90-minute
an hour.
movie?
I'm going to use my other half hour to translate Ulseth's Ferventech book from Dragon
Okay,
Draconic as much as I can.
sure. It's a fairly detailed book. It's not that much different than your maintenance book in a lot of ways. It's just filling in some of the gaps.
So I'm just writing as much down onto
So, yeah.
separate pages for him.
Yeah.
So far, I have 52 pages translated.
Yeah. There's it's a lot of technical writing.
Alright,
I think you
how far do
can
I get?
probably translate another 30 pages.
30 more pages for you.
So it's the one that he have like, so here's how things work in a perfect vacuum. So this is when you add reality to everything.
So in a perfect vacuum, you can see the equation is
All right.
balanced.
In
In the real world,
in a
How much-
frictionless environment, here's how this works.
All right.
Bad news, the entire world is full of friction.
I think we have explored the entirety of this, right?
Yes.
So go back to gem room and start putting gems back in, right?
No.
No.
We need rope, right?
Yeah, if we want to try to pull down
Then-
all of those at one time, we need like 20 pieces of 100-foot rope.
Then we have to go back to the armory.
Yeah. Let's go back to the armory and get lots of rope.
All right, we run back to the armory, gather
Run?
as much rope as we can, and
There's a lot.
We take 25 pieces of 100-foot rope.
Okay.
I walk back.
Slowly.
when you get back, oh, hey, thanks
You-
for running
you
and
are-
doing that while we were here.
Yes.
Yes, letting us get short rest. It was
We
great.
had some mead.
You're carrying 2,500 feet
Of rope.
of 1-inch thick rope.
Yes.
Well,
is it a full inch? Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
It's hardy stuff.
This is good rope.
Oh, I stick my writing desk back in my bag.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure
Well, I get the rope. It'll
stated.
take almost as long.
Yeah.
Okay. So should we describe what we're going to try to do? And then
In great
are we going to
detail.
have to do it like one step at a time, making a check on each piece of it?
So you know there are 21 hooks.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we want to do is put a piece of rope around each one. And then we want to connect all 21 of them in the center.
So we'll string. What we can do is string one across to the other, and then we can have all of them looped, like tied together in the center where they're crossing.
Yeah, so we can pull them all down at one
And
time.
I can pull them all down at the
It's-
same time.
It's a very intricate rope thing, but we have enough rope to do that.
We got way too much rope.
You
And we're
have a
just
lot.
going to leave the excess rope in this room.
Well, you set it on fire to cover our
We will
tracks.
burn this city to the ground.
I'll check to make sure that if any of it's better than the rope I already have. And I might swap things out, but that's what we're attempting to do. Is basically tie a rope to each of the 21 hooks and then connect
Okay.
them in the center so that we can pull them all down
At once.
at the same time.
Okay. Why don't you draw me a little picture of how you want to arrange that?
Well, Seth, this plan seems ridiculous and time-consuming.
Isn't it fun?
No!
Why don't you take a nap?
I take a cat nap.
That was a good thing to do.
And why exactly is it that we're connecting all of them together?
Well, if you had noticed, we were able to pull one down.
Yes.
Yes. Which means that activates, it potentially could activate something. And these are the 21 clans of the changelings.
All right.
And if they all act in unison together, then it will symbolize the unification of the 21 changeling clans.
That is why we're just doing it ourselves. With no one else.
I
Because
see.
otherwise it would take the 21 clans, each of them pulling on their own symbol.
We don't have 21 people.
We have 4.
How many,
That does make some amount of sense.
So the thought is that if all of them act in unison, it will be as though the clans are acting in unison, and perhaps something interesting will come of it.
All right.
Like that.
Well. Okay.
And then down
Sure.
from the center is rope.
Okay.
how long is this going to take our party to do?
A few weeks. Because it's just all Seth.
It will take me 1 hour and 27 minutes.
Alright, and then I take a nap.
Time passes. I complete my task.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
I think
that's
you should
fine.
roll.
You're not
I
under
think
any
you
stress
should
here.
roll for each hook.
I don't think so.
I think
You're
so.
good.
At least roll a percentage die.
You're good.
So because the next symbol in the order was the unification of the clans, that's why we're doing this, yes?
Because that is the next symbol.
I thought it was because we ran out of things to do in this building. So we just tie ropes everywhere.
No, we are just tying ropes to the hooks, not everywhere.
There's rope everywhere now, though.
I thought you were sleeping.
Play with this rope.
You have them all connected.
We will all pull, including Nines. He will join us and assist. Just climb up onto the rope and use your weight.
All right.
Hang on the rope. We'll all pull.
Hang in there, kitty.
We're all pulling on the center rope together.
I'm going to climb up the rope
Okay.
to the central big knot
Okay.
and turn into
A baby mammoth.
an ox. Like a 600, 800 pound ox.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell anyone about your plan before we do this?
I'm climbing up and turning into an ox.
I get off the rope.
I'm glad I'm really good at knots.
I get off the rope and I don't want to be...
What
How?
do you mean?
how
What do you
does-
mean?
So you have there's a bundle of knots that's mostly like
Like a big Gordian knot thing, right?
Yeah, it's like a spider web, center of the spider web.
So I lay down on it, put my arms and legs through so I don't fall down.
so
So I'm just sort of laying on the big knot, right?
okay.
Like that. And then I turn into a big heavy ox.
Okay.
Okay, for anyone who doesn't play D&D and is just watching this for fun, this is the kind of stupid shit that all DMs have to go through, where they think, how are they going to solve this? And then when the time comes, it's, let's make a web of ropes and put an ox on top of it.
Yeah.
Who's also one of the players.
There are two possible outcomes to every puzzle. It's a fairly nuanced, interesting puzzle that makes you sort of think through things. And then the players come up with ox on a rope. Or the other option is that it's a very simple puzzle that involves just doing like one thing. Like this switch has to be turned on before you can enter the room, and 14 hours later, the players will figure it out after they try everything from explosions to acid to melt things. So you execute on your plan. You execute on your... You turn into a marsh ox.
And I'm pulling on the rope gently because there's an ox on it.
I waved
Yeah.
with my hoof.
I want you to make a dexterity check
As an ox.
as an ox. I want you, Ulseth. Are you helping Nines?
No, she went up the rope and said, I'm climbing the rope, I'm going to turn into an ox. So I
You
left.
ran away.
Smartest thing you've done yet. I'm guessing you want the captain to be helping.
Oh, yes.
Is
Okay.
he... Here's a question. Is he as smart as Nines right now?
Well, you just told... He was just told that you're, like, best friends forever, so he trusts you. And
Well, that was a mistake.
he's gonna help. Okay.
So what am I doing?
Make a strength check. What is your dexterity check result?
15.
It's a surprisingly agile Marshox. And your strength?
My strength is a saving throw or just a check?
Just a check.
It's 19.
And
Okay.
so the clans were united by an ox.
This truly is the year of the ox.
Oh, wait.
It's the year of the tiger.
Not on a changeling calendar.
I haven't seen a
19.
tiger yet.
Okay.
We had access to a room where we could see all over the world. I'm sure we could find a tiger.
Nines, you are missing a wonderful thing. This is working beautifully.
I'm just staring at that knot, waiting for the whole thing to come crumbling down.
Oh, no, I am very good at tying knots.
all the hooks slowly descend. Down, down, until they bottom out. And they stop.
What a thing. They stop when they hit the bottom.
I want to look up at the mural.
Okay. The spire on the mural is quite a bit lower. A lot lower. Remember how I said it was about 100 feet high?
Is it about to impale our rocks?
The mural, the mural spire is now maybe 20 feet off the ground.
Aren't I like 50 feet off there?
You've sunk a long ways.
That's true.
So, what's happened as the hooks have gone down, so has the spire.
Yeah. So it's only gone down as much as you've gone down because you go down as much as the hooks go down. So the distance between you and the spire point stays constant.
Can we go into the spire?
It's not large enough for that.
Can a mouse go into the spire?
Can I see anything else with the spire? Like,
There seems to be a... Well, you'd seen this before. On top of the spire, there's a little, like,
sphere.
sphere. A little bright sphere.
Can we take it?
It's still about 10 feet above you right now.
Okay. I turn back into Soria.
Wait, before you do that, let us secure the rope
Okay.
so
Yeah.
that it
I
does
let
not go
them
back up.
tie it off to a bunch of the benches or something down there.
Well,
Okay.
the captain and I are holding the central rope,
Sure.
which is pulling everything down.
Wait, did we determine rules on how feline agility works with jumping?
I don't think we ever established solid rules around that specific.
Because it just says that
Scenario.
it doubles my speed until the end of the turn. I think one time we used that to say I could jump a little further because arguably I was going faster in the same amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, you are going faster, so you'd have a little bit more distance to jump. I think I still made you do...
Athletics.
I think I made you do an acrobatics check.
It should be easy
On
for you
that.
to jump up 10 feet.
Well, yes, I'll climb up there and see if I can jump 10 feet and grab the thingy.
Oh, sorry, you're using feline agility to get a little
well,
boost?
Yeah, because it just resets if I don't move for 6 seconds.
Okay.
That's how cat works.
So
You give
we all
yourself
hold
a
our
little bit of a
positions.
boost. Why don't you make an acrobatics check?
Good luck, Nines.
21.
Without too much difficulty, you manage to get your paws up and around that rope, and you are now fairly securely hanging onto that rope.
The rope or the spire? You were jumping at the wall at the end of the spire, right?
That was my plan.
Yeah.
So you were I thought you were trying to get from the ground to the rope, and then go from there.
Well, I want to get in a position where I can grab the orb.
Okay.
He's climbing up the rope that we're holding,
Yes, I just climb all over Olsef.
getting onto the
I see. I
ox back.
misunderstood what you were trying to do. So now you're on top of Soria.
Yes, I'm on top of the Nox.
Then
This is why DMs hate players.
yeah,
So
I'm trying
Nines
to.
is leaping up and grabbing onto
I
the orb.
realize what he's doing. I'm trying to figure out what to challenge him with as a skill check for jumping on the back of an ox that's suspended in the air on a lattice work of ropes to grab a small spherical object. I'm gonna go with just acrobatics and like feline agility, I don't think is going to help you here
Because
because
it's a standing jump.
it's a standing jump. So I think I'm going to allow you to use acrobatics as opposed to athletics. Just because I'm feeling nice as you try to do this particular scenario.
Well, do I get to keep my 17 then? That translates to a 21.
That is what he rolled while he was attempting to do this thing that you now have finally figured out what it is when you had it wrong the first time.
Don't coerce her.
The longer you argue, the more tempted I am to raise the DC on this. But I will say, sure, you managed to get this through kitty nonsense.
You know, I could have turned
Because-
into a spider and just walked up there.
No.
Okay.
No, now there's a cat hanging on the ceiling.
Hanging on the orb at the end of a spire.
As you come back down, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Because you have attempted to jump fairly high up in the air off the back of an ox suspended on a rope lattice work several, probably at this point,
20, 30 feet.
20, 25 feet up in the air.
So why is this a problem? Cats do that kind of stuff all the time.
Absolutely.
Cats do, tabaxi don't.
So I'm hanging to like slide off.
When you grabbed it, it wasn't hanging on by, so you went, and you grabbed it, and you've come back down with it now, and now you are falling back towards Earth and the ox back and the rope lattice. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to see if stupid shit happens to you.
Should I be rolling my ox's health?
Oh, right.
I don't even need to ask. I don't even need to ask.
Well, I had to. That
Baby.
20, baby!
Yeah, you're fine.
That was very well done, Nines.
You're fine, and you kind of cracked Soria's back a little bit, and it feels good. And you let some tension out. So,
Well, I do that thing where, you like, the cat, like, paws at it too.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, then I turn back into Soria, and 1,500 pounds suddenly disappears from the
Just goes up
You thought it was
slowly.
only 600.
I looked up the average weight of an ox. It's 1,500.
yeah.
Good thing we got the 1-inch rope, not the half-inch rope.
And that was one of those moments where I thought to myself as a DM, do I correct her? Or do I allow this to happen and let them see what those consequences might be? But you rolled very well on your don't fall through the fucking rope check.
So has anything else happened besides the spire coming down?
No.
No?
The spire comes down, the hooks are lowered,
No
and
doors open?
Nines has a small...
No
it's-
drawers?
The sphere's
no lights
about
go
like
on?
that.
That's it?
All right, let's all get back down on
There
the
is an
ground.
entire world outside of a building that might have something else happening. But from your perspective, the spire drops.
Wait, let's all get down to the ground.
Well, I secure the rope so that all of the 21 hooks are down at their lowest part. We don't want them to go back up.
No, something bad might happen if we
Secure
do
all
that.
We tie it up to
Nines.
things.
Yes!
May I see the orb?
4 gold.
It's like, that might be an Orat Mall.
So 5 gold.
My God. Also, I am banned.
I will give you 1 gold.
2 gold.
I will give you 1 gold.
1 gold and some string.
I will give you 1 gold, and you may play with this string.
Thank you. May I inspect the orb?
Sure.
Is it What does it feel like it's made out of?
Metal.
It's a metal orb.
Feels like it's made of metal.
Does it look solid?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see if I can... Is it heavy? Does it feel solid internally, or does it feel light, like it might be a shell?
I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a solid, like steel ball or something like that.
Alright, I'm going to see if I can will it to open.
Okay.
That's a thing that might work.
And like I said, it's only about, like, that big around. It's not very big. Nothing seems to happen as you focus on that.
I'll take the other piece of the Orat Mall and touch it.
The moment that they come close to each other, they sort of, like magnets, suck towards each other and merge into a single object.
The whole ball?
Mm-hmm. It shimmers for a moment, and this almost water-like effect ripples over its surface, and then it reforms into a more dull appearance, like the first one you had found. But it feels warm.
How much bigger is it now?
Roughly twice the size.
Okay. Well, last time we found a piece of the Orat Mall, parts of the city lit up. Why don't we take a look outside and see if anything's changed?
I look out a window and see if there's any ominous figures.
No, but there's a fairly significant shadow that's fallen over the part of the building you're looking at.
There's a big ominous shadow, Soria.
Over this building?
Yes. It's fairly obvious what it's from.
What's it from?
A spire measuring now several hundred feet tall outside.
A spire came up out of the ground? Does it look like
The spire that looks...
Okay.
That one has grown several hundred feet from where it was. It's now towering over.
The city.
Is there something on the top of it? Is there an orb on the top?
No, there's no orb on the top of it.
Well, Seth, are we gonna have to climb that?
Only you.
Pass.
So this spire has like grown out of where the courtyard was?
No,
No,
if
there
you
was a spire.
yes,
Did that spire just raise up? From what it looks like?
that's what it's from your position. That's what it seems to be. Yeah.
So, alright. So, the order of things, just to recap.
Mm-hmm.
We found the first Orat Mall with the shifting god statue. That was the first image. The second image was the escape, which we saw in the
In the test.
time room, the mess with your mind time room. Then there was a great battle that was in the pyramid, and then the unification of the clans, which is what we just
Which we
did,
just did, right.
and then the large city with the spire, which is what we just made.
We just did
Yes,
that.
we did that.
So
I did that.
So the next one,
the next one is a ship, Jarella, on a ship sailing and trading with others. Assuming we've done this correctly. The spire correctly.
because the large city had a huge spire that we have now created.
Yeah.
So
Are any of the other buildings lit up like the first time that we got an Orient Mall? Several of the parts of the city lit up.
From this angle, it doesn't appear that there's any more of the city lit up. But you're on the first floor of this building.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a great vantage point to see.
Nines,
Whole
jump
lot.
up and see if there's anything lit up. You're really good at jumping.
Give me 6 seconds. I try to jump up.
Just jump. Okay. We have
All
this
right.
thing secured.
Sure. Where are you trying to like? Where?
I don't know. Is there a window around here?
I mean, you're looking at one.
I jump up, I guess, to see if I can get a better view.
Well,
I
let's,
just-
all right.
Okay.
We walk outside.
You jump high enough where
There was the
you get a little
lower
higher,
staircase,
and then you
right?
see
Well,
the
there
top
is
of
a
the window,
staircase yet
and then
that
the
goes up,
wall,
and
and
then
then
that
come
goes
back down.
which had an inverted spire. So we went up. We've done everything top and middle floor.
We haven't gone to the bottom floor.
We came in on the next floor down, but there was a floor even further below that.
Yeah, when we were at
And
the
that-
staircase that went both up and down.
And that had an inverted spire symbol.
Which is what we just did.
We raised the spire. The symbol was upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go down and check that stairway? I'm gonna quickly go outside and just look and see if there's any obvious, like, lit up parts of the city. Just go outside the government building and get a good view of what's outside.
It seems like there's been power restored to this area.
The area we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, maybe we unlock the key that lets us go into that one library.
We could check the library that's on the way to the staircase.
To the library! That doesn't sound in character.
It is on the way to the staircase. No, that was out of...
No fire in here.
I put my Molotov cocktail away. Just put it in my pocket.
As you make your way back, you find that the door is in the same state that it was before.
Still
Locked,
sealed.
sealed, secured.
I will put the Orat Mall to the door and see if it opens.
Doesn't seem to react to the Orat mark.
Okay. Then I'll put it back.
Okay.
I
well,
tell
we
the door
still
to
have the-
open.
That was the most point-and-click adventure. Click, no. Click, no. Click, no. Not this object.
I try the coat hanger on the door.
That won't work here. Why would I use
I
that?
try the mop.
That's no good.
I try one piece of armor.
That's for cleaning.
I try one piece of armor. I try another piece of armor.
That's,
I try another piece of armor.
And then you have to try them all in every combination
Yeah.
possible.
this,
Okay, click
dear
on...
ear watchers, is scenario 2 of Give a Player a Puzzle.
Did we do good on that puzzle? Are you gonna give us some feedback?
On the Spire puzzle,
Yeah.
you get a C+.
But we got the spire.
That's a little bit better than a participation trophy.
There was some nuance you missed, but you reached the end goal. Instead of going from like A to B to C to D, you went from like A to B to D. you missed
Oh,
a
so
couple points in there.
That's like classic D&D adventure party.
Yeah, like I said.
Just like, oh,
scenario
we'll just
2.
dimension door over past the lava pit.
Yeah, I could. I'm surprised the Nines didn't go, ooh, shiny thing! Cloak up. Uh-oh.
No, my cloak's not functioning, because I
Yeah.
think we talked about that, actually.
Because he went through and teleported into that suit of armor.
Yeah, it's on cooldown.
Yeah. And plus, that scenario wouldn't have trapped me in a place that I might not be able to get out of.
Yeah.
I would just
otherwise-
very obviously fall to the floor.
All right. So this library is still sealed, which is actually probably good. Because that means these are all preserved. And something we could come back to later.
We will remember that it's here. So we'll go back to the stairs that went both up and down from where we started.
And go down,
Okay.
and then down again.
Okay.
And down much more if we can.
And that's where we're going to take a break. So, we'll be back in a few minutes. Stick around and find out what happens next.
Yep, we're going down.
See you soon, everyone. And we're back, everyone.
Ah!
Was waiting to see if you'd jump early. You didn't. We're back from.
Joke's on you, I was distracted this whole time.
We're back from break, and our party has just ventured down the stairs.
Without
Which is the
incident.
most exciting cliffhanger I can think of.
No, going
Will
upstairs
they
is a
trip?
cliffhanger.
With a trip.
Are the stairs
No.
wet? Why are the stairs wet?
You really should have started with after they escape the room with the ox and the ropes suspended in the air.
Yeah, I just didn't want to relive that one more time.
Oh.
Why did Space Ghost say that is not my puddle?
Was it for DiGiorno?
No, that was Soup as a door.
All right.
Anyway, do you need us to do a stair check?
Do I need you to do a stair check?
Already rolling.
I'm not. I'm just gonna walk down the stairs.
All right.
Do I add acrobatics or
Nope.
athletics?
You would subtract both.
Well, that'll be an 8 then.
I walked down the stairs.
9 sort of slides down. You know how you can kind of lean yourself up against the side of a stairwell and just kind of like ooze down it? And you're just,
Is there like a railing I can just like position myself on?
Monorail
Just, like,
cat
yeah,
style?
yeah, monorail cat.
No, it's one of those kind of switchback stairwells, more compact. So
You're
you
gonna
can't
hit
just
a lot.
So I
Wow.
can't do it. It's just a lot more uncomfortable.
And the railings are on the walls, so you'd be hard pressed.
Against the wall.
You are hard pressed against the wall.
Thank you.
Did we get down to the bottom?
Yeah, you do.
I do it in
How
one
did we
piece.
manage
Shockingly, I don't. Why are you asking me? I don't know.
I look around.
It's a miracle.
How many oxes are around us? Oxeye.
Oxen
There are no ox eyes around you. There's also no oxen around you.
or oxtails?
I could turn into an ox. if
There's
I
no
wanted.
oxtails. There's no
No.
foxtails. There's no.
Remember when I
box
gored
males.
that
Is
guy?
there light?
Well, you were very bloodthirsty, Soria.
He lived.
There is light. Yes.
Oh,
As
good,
if you
so we
call
can
that
see
living.
What do we see?
You find yourselves in a, rectangular room that's about 15 by 20.
Mm-hmm.
To your left and right, there are passageways. As you descend
go
the
left.
stairs, the left passage has got a gate over the front of it. To the right leads to another hallway and a T-junction. I'm going to bring the map up so you can see this.
Let's spend the better part of a half hour trying to get through the gate
So we came down in that
in
little
the room.
square,
Yes. You're
and there's a gate there.
And we can
there.
see
Yes.
we can see through the gate.
You can see through the gate into the other room, yes.
And what do we see in that room?
In the other room, it's rather dark and
I think the
very
teens call it dank.
poorly lit.
Uh-huh.
Dark and poorly lit.
Yes, like beyond a couple of areas, there's just a very little bit of light. From some sources, you're not quite sure. Just like in much of the city, you're not quite sure where all the light always emanates from. And you can see the faint outlines of some buildings.
In the room.
So this is
It's,
a large chamber.
It's a very large chamber.
Any ominous figures in the distance?
None that you can see.
Is
If I
the
do a
gate
perception check.
Okay.
17.
No ominous figures.
is the gate locked?
Yes, the gate
Is there
is
a
locked.
slot?
No,
Is there a keyhole?
no.
Maybe you can just lift it with your immense strength.
There's no keyhole, there's no slot. It's locked. How can we tell it's locked if there's no lock?
Is it like a portcullis?
I try to open
It's
it.
more like a portcullis.
Ooh, that was very insightful. I try to lift it.
Physics style.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
It's probably
using your
a
crowbar.
very big.
Yeah, it's not good.
I forgot to guidance. Yeah.
10.
It doesn't really give at all. You pull with as much strength as you can muster, and it just stays put right where it is.
I use my Raven bar.
I don't think that might lift it like a few inches, but
Well, let's find out.
Sure, go ahead.
21.
You exert just about as much pressure as you can manage, but it doesn't move.
I think
We should spend the next 15 minutes trying to open this.
I think so.
Is it like a portcullis with openings like that?
It's not really a portcullis.
It's just like
It's-
a big slidey door.
No. Well, it's a whole bunch of vertical bars
Oh, you should have just started with that.
going across.
Uh-huh.
Because I didn't want to have to describe it like verbatim because it's not a puzzle here. It's closed and locked, and you're not going to be able to move it through conventional means. That's why. So trying to skip over this.
Okay.
And here's the DM's curse. You're like, this isn't something to really pay attention to. The fuck is that?
We're going to spend the next 15 minutes trying to get through these buttons.
Okay, let's wait until dawn,
So
and then
there's-
one
there's a
willing participant can come with me.
There's a whole bunch of vertical bars. There's a couple of horizontal slats across that you've been able to pull up on that are kind of keeping them in line. They go down into holes that are flush with these rods going down, and it sinks down below the surface of the floor. This is like one of the like super security things that you see at malls and other retail stores, stuff like that, where they have like bars coming out from beyond the frames of the doors and stuff like that.
Can we break the stone?
Why don't we just go down the other hallway?
Oh, please try.
I bet you there's a lever just down that hall over there.
Pour some
Probably
blasting
a button or
powder.
something.
I go down the other hallway. North. No, wait, left.
Yeah, what's the orientation here? Where the cardinal
Is
is?
it north up?
For all
Ear
E's,
watchers.
north is up
Okay.
on the map.
We go
Okay, that's
south.
that's
South. We
that's
turn
not
left.
how the last map we used.
That's
worked, so-
why I put in a different direction signal so that people could understand the map, because we're
It was
drawing these.
unconventional, but now this is conventional, so we're not
Yes.
confused at all. We go south.
Go
I
south.
follow Zoria.
Okay.
Captain, are you coming?
Right behind you.
What did
Would
you
you like
think
to
of
go in
that
front?
gate?
How would you get past that gate?
I would go looking for something to open it.
Like a lever.
See, that's why you're not the leader.
You have to think outside. Sometimes you have to turn into a monkey and crawl through the bars.
Sometimes you need to be like Ox
Oh.
and hang out in rope hammock.
Before we leave the room, I searched to see if there's a button or a lever or a dial that might open the
I
portcullis.
feel like
that
the
isn't
answer
really a
is there's
portcullis.
not.
Are you even going to make me roll, or are you just going to say no?
Oh, go ahead. I want you to feel that you're doing well.
Okay.
Why couldn't you?
9.
Best number.
Again.
You run your hands across every surface of the room, floor, ceiling, walls, even the doors that the door frames, and you just touching every surface that you can meticulously, and you find there's no opening to mess with.
Also,
There's no
I found an
lever, there's
opening.
no-
It's the hallway.
Well, before we take Olsef anywhere, wash your hands.
Yeah, you touched a lot of
I
stuff.
touched all sorts of surfaces.
Use some of your soap.
I washed my hands carefully for 20 seconds.
Do you sing Happy Birthday
No, I just count to 20 very slowly.
out loud?
No.
You know, if you count very quickly, you get done sooner.
Yeah. That makes time go faster.
It does. Yeah. We go south on the hallway.
She's revealing the map.
I don't think so.
Stop.
You go south in the hallway.
Yeah.
All right.
Because there's an opening there. Oh, and then,
Uh-oh.
and then
You
it's
come to
not.
the end of the hallway. As you venture out of your small area that you started in,
Which has been thoroughly searched.
very thoroughly searched, extremely thoroughly, What you notice is that these halls appear rougher than the rest of the city. You notice that it's sort of moist down here. There's a sense of mildew and maybe a bit of mold growing in these spaces. Water you see moving across the surface of some of the walls and funneling down from the ceilings. It's been causing significant damage to much of the space here. Some areas, like the place that you entered, are still rather pristine. But, as you've just discovered, you came to an end of a hall where it's completely collapsed in. And clearly the city lower down is beginning to struggle.
Clearly we can't proceed this way. Let's go back to gate and try to open that again.
Also,
Oh no, I thought maybe we should just throw all the rubble out. Yeah.
We'll go north.
Okay.
What? Did you bring that pickaxe? Do we have a winch?
I have plenty of wenches.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
A winch.
Oh, no, I don't have that.
You continue northward.
Oh.
Until you find a room that's been cracked open. And you can see that the door frame around it has crumbled away. The pieces are scattered on the ground around you. And on the other side, there's some sort of panel. With it's got sparks coming out of it. And it's glowing a bit. And there's a hum, and the closer you get to it, the more that it's filling the air. So from a distance, it's a soft little hum, and the closer you get, it becomes this range of pitches that just permeates everything around you. It's almost obnoxious to be next to.
It's like
Ooh, it's
Nine's playing
electronic
music. What?
You guys are so mean
I
to
didn't
my
say
craft. You thought it.
I said it.
You said it.
Yeah, you said it as Olsef.
No.
You who are nines, your music sucks.
You do say that a lot.
Are there knobs and buttons and levers?
There's things that look like they might be able to be manipulated, but they're not buttons or levers or really knobs. There's these there's crystals that are here. They look a little bit like a fervent crystal. They're not green, no, or blue. They're actually red, and they glow softly.
This glowing energy, it doesn't look like it's something that's gonna like blow, is it?
I don't know.
It's red. It's probably will explode.
Yeah.
Anyway, should I lick it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Touch everything.
Is there...
I touched the red crystal.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, God.
4.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Your tongue's gonna go numb like Jar Jar Binks.
Lick it. I touched it.
You suffer 1 point of shocking damage. It's electrical. So it arcs out, and it's kind of like a nasty, static shock. It burns your fur a little bit. It stings.
Sorry, your turn.
I put on my fervent protection gloves,
Okay.
and I try touching it.
Okay. Nothing happens while you're wearing those gloves.
We'll take it out.
Given my knowledge of fervent technology, can I tell anything about this? Can I tell if it is even fervent?
Well, you can tell that it definitely isn't fervent. Fervent has a unique construction to it. This does borrow some of its concepts, though.
Or maybe...
There's parts of fervent tech that are similar to some of the things that you see in here. And you recognize what we would call circuits in today's parlance. Not that we necessarily called them that in the ancient changeling city. But you see some similar patterns. You know at once that it's not fervent tech, but you can also see similarities.
Given as much as I've learned about fervent tech and the similarities here, can I, is this analogous to anything I would have studied or known about?
This reminds you of some of the schematics you'd seen in the fervent power generation designs, which you've seen the least of within the manuals that you have. But it's closest to that. A lot of fervent tech is fairly straightforward. Draw power from a fervent crystal to energize a motor. Only the power generation process has something that's as complex as this. But it does look similar to it.
This is not fervent. However, it is similar to the parts of fervent tech that make the power happen.
So, you mean that the fervent tech is similar to this because it's older?
So it's just tech.
Yes, this may be a precursor to some of the fervent tech. Perhaps fervent learned from it.
Maybe.
I wonder
Although
what
this city
happened to
was
fervent.
long...
So he discovered it, is what you're saying.
The city is like super long abandoned before fervent was around. So it might be one of those like evolutions from two different areas. towards the
Parallel
sun.
evolution.
That one.
Whatever that is. So,
So,
this seems to be a generator of power for something. I cannot tell if it is working properly yet or not.
I push in a crystal.
And the crystal's already in. There's no really pushing
Okay.
it.
I wasn't sure if it was like touchable.
They're in sort of a recess, each of them.
Okay. Can I rotate it one?
It doesn't really rotate. You try.
Do these look more like
Yes.
they're just there for like the power draw rather than like a control?
Could be.
Let's
I know-
take it out.
Can I try and pull it?
You can try, sure.
I try.
How hard do you want to try?
Not very.
You need some resistance. It doesn't seem to want to come out.
Nope, it's impossible to get out.
Give me a glove, I'll yank it out.
No, you'll keep my glove.
Okay, that's fair.
Are there
I
other
really want to yank it out.
Are there other doors in here, or is it just the one that we came in?
No, there's just one sort of opening at this point. The longer that you study this, Ulseth, you see that there's some connections that have been shattered and kind of shredded from this. There's this strange fiber that's connecting into these crystals. And all of the shifting, all the crumbling of this infrastructure has shredded some of this.
So, is it possible, I mean, did it break them so that they can't be reconnected? Or is there enough give on them so that they could potentially be brought together?
They're fairly far apart. If you wanted to reconnect them, you'd probably need new material.
Well, perhaps when we find a storeroom, we might find something like this.
Can I? Are you explaining this to the rest of us?
Yes, I explained this to you.
I
There
like to
seems
imagine
be-
you're just
I
sitting there
wanna-
thinking about it.
Yes.
I look at this cable. Is it? Is that right?
Yeah, we'll call it a cable.
Okay. And then
How many little fibers are there in a cable? I mean, is this like a 3-wire thing?
Or is it
this
like
more like a
fiber
3,000
optic?
wire thing?
This material, it seems to be more like an odd type of cloth. There's there's small clear fibers that run through this.
So it's like a fiber optic cable almost in our real world terms.
They're thinner than that.
Thinner. Can I have a little rope?
Would you like to have a 1-inch rope, a half-inch rope, some of the very ancient changeling rope?
Are you gonna
Give me some changeling rope.
quit adventuring and
Give you
just
some
open up an artisan
changeling
rope shop?
Yes.
Artisanal rope. It's mostly for bondage. All right.
That's just what it turns
I
into.
pull out the partial Aurat Mall.
I just sell the rope. I do not make
I'm
judgment
going-
about the uses.
I'm going to attempt to convert some of this rope into this cable stuff
Okay.
to create new material.
Okay.
Using the
Yeah,
Aurat
make a
Mall.
wisdom check.
Can I have inspiration? Please. And guidance.
Add Nine's wisdom score to yours.
Instead of inspiration?
No.
With? What's your
With.
wisdom?
+3.
Well, that's pretty good. I rolled so bad. Yeah, 3. 15 total. I rolled a 2 on my 20.
You feel an odd surge of energy. When you were trying to manipulate things with the Aurat Mall before, it didn't feel like there was much of a connection. As you connected this time, at the very start of your attempt, it felt the same. As Nines began to help, though, you suddenly felt a very strong connection to it. And it was brief and sort of slipped away, but it was nonetheless there.
Okay. How about all 4 of us try? Well, yeah, this is a time-honored changeling tradition.
What do we do?
Everyone, put your hand on the Aurat Mall. Captain.
No, all right.
And then also put your hand on the rope. Yeah, there we go.
This is awkward.
And now all of us concentrate on making a connection with the Aurat Mall and picture this rope becoming the cabling
Oh, that is right. The Arad Mall changes
materials.
Okay, what if one of us thinks about spaghetti instead?
Do not think about spaghetti. That will
Oh, that's
make
not all I can think
that
about!
will make the Aurat Mall explode. That's why there's no spaghetti in our city.
Okay, we all concentrate. Here we
Gum is like a mental lubricant. Spaghetti's
Everyone
like
chew gum while you
mental
do this.
like a
all
very hazardous, highly volatile accelerant.
I don't make the rules. I just
Okay.
follow
So
them.
that's what we're doing. We're touching and touching.
Concentrating, think about spaghetti.
Because changelings, traditionally, the more changelings you have, the more able to operate an Aurat Mall you are. Able to.
What's your wisdom score, Ulsa?
Please say negative.
What's the +1?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let me pull up
captain.
captains. I haven't looked at that in a while.
You don't regularly check the captain's wisdom?
add 7
What?
to your roll. So wisdom check. You're going to add 7. You're going to roll with advantage.
Guidance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do
you wanna inspire me again?
No, you seem to
You're-
have enough help right now.
You're also touching the orb.
Do you want me just to shove the ocarina in my mouth and do
All
it?
right, so I got a nat 20
How does this work?
plus 4
+7.
plus 7 is 31, and then 36.
A little bit of rope flashes briefly, and then it's the piece of wire you were hoping it would be.
That's how it normally looks, right? When we do that process.
Mm-hmm.
Just double checking.
Wow, that was very impressive.
What
Yeah.
else can we turn stuff into?
Oh, I'll sort anything that's not spaghetti. Also, would you like to? Why don't you wear my fervent protective
And put
gear?
on the fervent tuck. And I take this new piece of connection. How many of these connections are there broken?
There's probably half dozen
You know,
that you can see.
and there are some that are still intact, right?
Yeah, hanging by a thread, so to speak.
Yeah, well, they're still hanging.
But
So I
they're
take,
still there.
We converted the whole bundle of rope.
well, there's a lot of rope.
Yeah.
So
So
I will make reconnections.
Okay.
Using this transmuted rope, now fiber cloth, to make an effort to reconnect the broken cables.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep thinking about spaghetti.
You keep doing that.
don't do it. In this part of the city, you could just make everything explode. Don't touch any. Just chew on this rope.
Roll.
I chew on rope when I can chew on gum.
Keep chewing on gum.
Roll a intelligence check.
Guidance. Maybe one of the gums you'll find will taste like spaghetti.
Maybe.
Oh, 10.
Never thought of it that way.
With guidance.
Yeah, guidance was like almost my entire roll.
Roll a d100.
$48.
Roll it again.
Uh-oh. 48 damage.
Great, we're causing a meltdown.
23.
48 and 23 damage.
Roll it again.
86.
Okay. As you make the final connections, the crystals stop glowing red and just start glowing white. Some lights in the area dimly glow,
Did you do
and it's brighter down here.
It's not any worse.
Nothing exploded?
I think white is
And
better than
you
red.
hear a shunk.
That might have been the
Distance.
door.
It might have been the door. Or it could have been something bad. Well, we have done what we could do here.
This, yeah.
Is there any other change?
In your immediate surroundings? No.
Okay.
Why don't you hold on to that extra wire and study it later?
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to whatever's left.
We turned like
Sure.
20 feet of rope into.
Yeah. So I
Okay,
should have
well,
like
so-
10 feet of it left.
Yeah, you probably have about 10 feet left of this very special fiber.
Shall we go check out the portcullis? Maybe Ulseth opened it.
How come he gets all credit?
Because he did all the wiring. You just thought about spaghetti a lot.
That must have helped.
We'll head towards the portcullis thing. Gate
Okay.
thing. Whatever we're calling
I mean,
it.
I take my knife out
Stab Ulseth in the back for getting all the credit.
and I think about spaghetti.
Oh no, not that knife. Okay.
Okay.
The whole place is gonna blow.
You head back to the portcullis area.
Would it just be uncooked spaghetti?
Yes, I just summoned uncooked spaghetti. Or can I imagine it cooked?
You get
Like wheat?
no. You get some, uncooked floppy pasta.
Yeah, it's fresh pasta.
Well, step one, I cut it in half with a knife.
Because it's not dried. It's fresh pasta.
Oh. So I can't just put it in my mouth and have it stick out. It's just flopping there.
Yeah,
you could do that.
It has. You can also, I guess, let it dry, and it'll do that.
No, I'll just eat it.
Okay, it's starchy. It's not bad,
Yeah, you've had worse.
It's wheat.
So it's not
wheat
brand
paste.
name spaghetti. It's just kind of like the store brand you buy.
It's like
Oh,
homemade.
I mean, no, it's good. It's very good. It's
It's just wheat paste.
it's just wheat paste. That's all that there is to pasta is that it's wheat paste. Formed wheat paste.
How is your spaghetti?
Just hand you a fistful of spaghetti.
No, thank you.
I'll cook this later.
Okay.
Are we at the portcullis?
Yes, you are. You're at the portcullis.
Is it open?
It is.
You did it.
Yay.
Great, now let's go back upstairs.
All right, upstairs.
This must be the very first time that we have gotten through bars.
Yeah. Well, we got through the Blackwell bar.
Well, that's true.
And the saddest pony.
Yeah, and the saddest pony, notary, and wedding.
Well, that was more of a tavern than a bar.
It was.
Saddest pony, tavern, notary, and wedding chapel.
Wedding chapel, and I think they're adding something else.
Yeah.
So do you want to go into this very large room that has buildings in it?
Yeah, let's go in. What bad could happen? Oh, Captain, go first.
So are y'all going in together and
Yes.
Captain's just in the front?
Yeah.
The scene that greets you is almost unbelievable.
This is hard to
I don't believe it.
The walls and buildings around you are made of the same seamless construction that you recognize from the city above. But the chamber you have entered is far larger than any space you've ever been in. Far from you, maybe 1,000 feet or more, you see natural stone walls that make up the ceiling and sides of this chamber. You can feel and hear subtle vibrations reverberating through this space. And the smell isn't what you might be expecting. There's no hidden dampness or mildew. Instead, there's actually a whiff of the ocean lingering in the air. As you begin to walk further into this space, you notice there's water and docks on the far side below. And this is no mere fishing wharf. The scale is massive, positively industrial. Indeed, the next things that catch your eye are the boats moored to these docks. Although one slightly smaller than the other, they're each easily more than 75 feet in length.
Hey, Zoria.
Yeah.
Free boat.
We can be pirates.
Yes.
There are still many crates, boxes, other containers laying about the area, as well as cranes that tower high overhead. But things, although a bit more lit, are still fairly dim here.
But I have dark vision.
Zoria.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the very next item?
Jarella trading and
Is
traveling.
Jarella
the
trading
sea.
on a boat.
So we're in the right place.
Perhaps this is what.
But this doesn't feel powered on like other parts of the cities have been.
There's definitely power coming here.
But it's not lit up.
It doesn't feel... It feels like if what you had experienced above was 100%, maybe at 70.
So we might need to increase the energy flow here.
In order to make whatever this is work.
Yeah, maybe there might be some weird crane game or something.
So in the lore, yes.
I activate the mini game so I can solve this puzzle.
I'm
In the
going
lore
for the
of your-
squishy Pikachu.
In the lore of your
The dollar
clans,
in.
in the lore of your clans,
We've been collecting coins for this.
There you go.
In the lore of my clans.
what is supposed to be happening here? You said that there was a ship with.
Jarella was sailing on a ship and traded with people of other races.
I'm another race. You can trade with me.
That is true.
Here's some gum.
What do you want for it?
Your gum.
The,
You want some actual gum? Bring
Sure.
some realism?
Yeah, realism.
Prop comedy?
Ow.
ooh, good catch.
Alright. You didn't say good catch for me.
It wasn't a good catch.
Good picking it up after it bounced around.
Great 5-second rule.
It fell on the battle map.
Yeah, that's clean.
So, in this part of the tale, perhaps we are supposed to find Jarella. Perhaps we are supposed to
Trade with other
trade
races.
with other races. Let's go down to the docks and see if there is any activity.
Oh yeah, let's walk on one of the ships.
Yeah, can we search around here, I guess? See what's what there is?
Are there
Yeah.
sentient beings wandering around?
You step
Any ominous figures?
deeper into the space, and let me bring up the area for you to perhaps better illustrate the space that you're in.
Good gum.
Yeah, it is pretty good. You softened it up nicely.
Fantastic Tabaxavoy saliva.
Adds a certain gaminess.
My program
I'm a
is
slightly
crashing.
alcoholic.
Wow. How?
No one knows. As you see me just swig some Chateau d'Ethanol.
So my program's crashing right now. I'm not sure it'll come back.
Well,
So
I like
I will go back
I go
to-
into the empty void then and explore.
You see all timelines at once. Again.
As you go into an empty void, odd but friendly-looking British man says, "Oh, hello. There's someone else in the void. Ooh, this is wonderful, except for the whole pandemic thing.
Don't you have a year to blow up?
I already did that. It didn't work. But that's how things go. Sometimes when you're British, you blow things up, and it still sucks.
Is this a John Oliver reference?
Yeah, he walked into the void.
Oh, okay. Just making sure I was on track with what was
It was
going
either
on.
that or Doctor Who, but
Yeah.
John Oliver doesn't have the most, recognizable, oh, that's John Oliver's voice.
it's just very like, oh, that's British.
Yeah, it's just
generic
it's a
British
generic
man.
British man.
All right. So
It's really at the top of the bell curve of Britishness.
well, let's check out these crates. There might be really, really, really old fish in them.
My program does seem to have recovered,
Oh.
so I can, I hope, illustrate.
What do
What
you
you're
always go
seeing-
for in the claw games?
The lobster harmonica.
You need a harmonica. What kind of bard are you?
Our viewers won't fucking hate that. They already get a gong every once in a while.
We haven't had an ocarina in a while.
You haven't
fully
gone
restored.
either.
No one's inspired though.
Okay.
I almost lost my
Oh.
gum. No, I tried to.
For- Scale.
I tried to do the ocarina, but both my hands
no,
were
I'm sorry. That
used.
was too large. Let me get in here and show you scale.
Is that the captain?
That's your party.
All 4 of us.
Yeah. That little dot.
That little dot is you 4. That's the rest of this.
All right.
So
There's a building straight ahead, one to our left and one to our right, and a whole bunch of cranes.
Yeah, but
So
which
the
way is
cranes-
north?
North is the top of the map in this case.
Well, let's
so
go
there's
north.
there's sort of cross hatching. Is that water?
No, that's just. Are you talking about this stuff here?
No, over
Or
to
this.
the right. That.
No.
So those
That-
cranes don't load ships.
I think that's a lower level.
That is. Let me make sure nothing screws up here.
Because there were some staircases.
That's a lower level. Goes down to some docks. This is what you can see
Oh,
below.
those are big ships.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
bet they're unsinkable.
Do you guys want to get a ship?
Free ship, I said that.
Yeah. Captain?
Well, you know, as I mentioned before, you can't be an admiral of 2 ships. It takes at least 3. And I see a ship out there.
I see 2 ships out there.
Yes, I do.
Dibs on the big one.
It's fine.
Well, you
Wait,
are.
what do you know about the small one then?
Yeah, what's so good about the small one?
It's quick.
What, are big ships not quick?
Oh, they are, but not nearly as quick as right-sized vessel. A little smaller with equally large sails. Fly through the water.
Well, let us fly through the water.
All right. So this is the lower level, and it looks like there's 3 doors as well.
Not that you guys can
Oh, we can't really see that right now because that's below us.
It's below it, but yes, there are some
Okay,
doors
okay.
down there.
Well, there's a lot to explore here.
So back up to the top if you don't mind.
Yeah, show us our current dottedness.
So Captain,
Yes.
how easy would it be to take a ship through, like, I'm guessing this is an underground tunnel?
I have no idea. I have no idea what's beyond any of those ships. It smells like seawater down here, but I don't know if
There's like a big portal.
could be a big portal. It could be completely collapsed cave. I'd never seen any sort of entrance when I stopped here in the past. And, you know, I'd explored around the island, landed in different spots to find things out. I've been here many times to resupply, like I said, with fresh water and, you know, fresh foods.
And coconuts. We
So-
are very good
Especially
at
coconuts.
We are very good at looking into rooms. There seems to be some doors.
Do you want to go
Let's
north,
go
east, or south?
Let's go north.
North first, left.
And as you go north, we're going to end there.
Oh.
Because that will send us down a whole long chain.
Oh no. I prefer rope.
And a whole long rope. So we will end it there. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And
We did.
We did.
good.
I
Glad.
had to do some dumb things.
That was very
Um,
clever, figuring out how to turn the rope into the fiber cloth.
It was. You actually solved the puzzle
Was that the...
the way I intended for you to solve it.
Wow,
It's like,
that's the real unicorn.
That's a first.
Right.
Do we get to level up for that?
So we figured that one out.
there's part of me that's like, reward the good behavior.
But not that much.
And then there's part of me that's like, but that's what they should be doing. And so I'm going to compromise and say you all have DM inspiration.
Hey, I got it.
Oh.
Good thing I used that. with
Yeah.
my 2 and my 3.
We got inspiration for turning the knob correctly.
You did, and you didn't spend that long on the portcullis that wasn't a puzzle. You didn't spend that long on it.
Well, we could have.
You spent a little while,
Yeah.
but you didn't spend that long.
I was going to tunnel under it.
I was going to wait till dawn and just teleport to the other side.
Yeah, of course you were. And Zoya was going to turn into a mouse and go through the bars.
All legitimate ways to deal with a locked door.
Yes, and all ways that leave someone on the other side still.
Hey, I can take one willing participant, I teleport over, wait 24
Wait
hours,
24 hours.
teleport back, wait 24 hours, and go back.
There's literally no flaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then have to do it again because there's the captain.
Yeah.
I'm here too, your best friend.
No, I don't have to take Sori. She can just turn into a small creature and get sneak through.
Oh, that's true.
Well,
You can turn invisible, though.
we will be back next week with more adventures here in the world of Astronor.
Going down a rope.
And we'll see what happens as they explore another very large part of the city. And see where you get to next. In the meantime, I hope you all stay safe. Thanks for watching. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.